episode of Seas of Vodari. You better not actually be doing what I think you're doing. Stupid Twitch. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. It has been a bit of time. I am so sorry about that. Some scheduling conflicts, some health problems, but White, watch your echo.
Your ground's off, dude.
Yep. But we
I'm sorry,
have
put it back in there.
finally come back to our regularly scheduled time. Yes, I understand that you all were expecting Tyranny of Dragons this week. However, due to some scheduling conflicts with some of that cast, we decided to instead go ahead and play Seas of Vodari as we were unable to stream it last week. So I'm very happy that everyone was able to make it, and next week we will have Tyranny of Dragons. Let me make sure that things are going smoothly. Anyway, guys, some shilling that needs to be done and out of the way because I'm first and foremost a fan of Dungeons & Dragons. So the first things I want to shill out is Hit Point Press's amazing future installment, Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting, inspired by Monster Hunter. Let's see if I can actually pull that up. Definitely inspired by Monster Hunter. It is fantastic and has lots of cool reference materials for hunting, slaying, and, crafting and eating monsters. I certainly can't wait. It has 21 days left to go. It has raised a whopping $821,000 so far. And I can only see extra good things coming from it. So, I mean, really, I just, if you want to do Monster Hunter for D&D, definitely go check it out. I am supporting it, of course, at the core box level. I can't wait because it's going to have fun stuff. 3 modular rule systems for tracking, harvesting, and crafting. 10 adventures, each playable at level 3. 1 new class, the Monster Tamer, plus the 4 subclasses for it. I am well imagining you get to be a Pokemon Master, and I think they've already made the joke too. 10 friendly familiars, 40 new original spells, 50 plus new monsters, 150 fully illustrated items, and 200 characterful random encounters. I don't have a sponsor, Nikki. There are no sponsors. But if you would like to be a sponsor, I would certainly never be opposed to having sponsors, and I will happily shill any products you'd like me to shill, so long as they're quality products, because I, first and foremost, am a man of quality. Second, of course...
I'm a sellout. I'll sponsor anything.
Yes, we know, Nikki.
Even on here?
We know, Nikki. Second of all, of course, Tri-Peak Goods is still one of my favorite shops to support. The Bearded Bard on TikTok. He has added some new fantastic little ornaments and an egg collection basket. That's just... Oh, and a quail egg holder. Because some people are fancy and want to eat quail eggs.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you
it looks
telling
really
me
cool.
you've never had a quail egg before?
Quail eggs are the superior egg at the moment.
I'm not
more yolk to white. Yeah, they are actually really good if you like the yolk.
I'm not telling you I haven't eaten it, but I also need, I also eat 7 eggs on average when I make
ostrich eggs are weird. You ever had an ostrich egg? Ostrich
They're
eggs
basically
are weird.
a dozen eggs.
They taste disgusting.
Anyway,
really taste sorry.
Moving
this
on from
session is sponsored by eggs.
Yeah, apparently. But of course, always happy to chill out for someone looking to support family and a better life. I am still doing paid D&D sessions every Thursday morning, Friday, or rather Friday, very early mornings at 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. During the summer, I will be a little slower here and there in the paid DMing spot as I still have a full-time job in other places. But I will be opening up another gaming slot after the summer. That slot will be Saturdays, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Likely, I will start doing that in early September, but I will remind you when it comes closer to that time. And last, but certainly not least, we have the brilliant people at Triloby Publishing who created the Seas of Vodari and the Underseas of Vodari stuff. For those of you who supported those Kickstarters, thank you so much. For those of you who simply bought the material since then or have watched this and decided, hey, you had to go get a copy of your own, I hope you're enjoying it, because I know I have. We have done the introductory adventure for you guys, and it is now concluded. So, from here on out, it will be
Love.
all my own stuff, and it will be my own adventures that I'm weaving for everyone. Now, of course, I will be taking some of the mission prompts in the book and
So I'm not allowed to look at that anymore. So I'm still not allowed to look at it, right?
No.
I mean, good luck.
I mean, like, I was refraining from looking at it because you made mention of said using things, but it's been really hard because a lot of the stuff looks really cool.
You can go look, and I will still be using some of them. You don't know which ones I'll be using. And it also won't tell you anything.
A translation for our viewers, since it's all his stuff, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
I mean, you know, Krakens can be summoned anywhere.
Did I stutter?
Oversized calamari. That's what I say.
All I know is that the DM just needs to get cracking on that.
Oh, now we're pulling out the jokes.
Back to our sponsor, eggs. Get cracking.
Oh no!
Good one.
That works.
There's one for you to draw.
Actually, Nikki, I'll give you a clap. I'll give you a clap on that. You did good. You did good.
Come on, guys. Enough yolks.
Yeah.
You spoiled the joke.
Did I know?
Anyway, moving on. So, make sure that if you like what you're seeing, go ahead, drop a favorite, a like, or, you know, you could follow me and subscribe, or, you know, just follow me on Twitch and make sure that you're always watching my streams. Do not forget, I do archive these, and they are on my YouTube channel. I will be doing some more stuff on TikTok for those of you who follow me. Also, I do have a new TikTok channel, DM John Wolfenstein on TikTok. That is where I will be posting DM stuff. Mostly I will be posting homebrew items I've made, homebrew spells I've made, and the like. Currently, I'm going through my interpretation in D&D of the Rings of Power from Lord of the Rings. I just finished posting the Elven Rings a little while ago, and I am working on getting the 7 Dwarf Rings I made posted on there as well. Of course, those will be followed up by the 9 Rings of Men, and of course, the 1 ring to rule them all. I hope you guys like my take on these fantastic Rings of Power and this fantastic lore. But follow me at TikTok at DM John Wolfenstein in order to see those fantastic items, as well as everything else that I come up with D&D related. But without further ado, all the shilling is done. All of my fantastic friends are here and ready to go. So, we will begin. When last we left you on our fantastic high seas adventure, the amazing adventures I have here, and actually I will introduce them from where they appear on my screen. To my immediate left is the lovely Laura, who is playing Niafta, one of our 2 tieflings.
How's it going, guys? I'm here to entertain you.
I love it. So, to the far left...
Can you do that one more time? I missed it. I blanked. One more time.
So to the far
That is
far
sorry.
left, that was awesome. To the far left is our second tiefling, Sel Bomba, our title sorcerer.
I have a ship now. I'm officially a captain.
Stella Bamba.
Directly beneath me is Tessa Wildcat Silvertail, played by the ever lovely Callie Cat.
Sally is officially captain. I am officially warlord of the fleet.
Next to her and right underneath Miss Laura, we have Mr. Whitehill playing Xavier Verrill, our
Varel.
gunslinger for
Varel.
this campaign.
A bit more exotic. Varel. Come on. Good day, mates.
Can you say that in a?
I was gonna say, you want to
Australian
pronounce
accent?
your last name in an Australian accent, if you'd be so kind?
Right, mates. My name is Xavier Varel. In this case, that's how I say it. That's how my mum said it. Carry on.
You just keep changing your accents, and I enjoy it so much.
The Varel sounds like a perfume.
You Aussies can't
Kinda
roll your
do.
R's shit.
The thing is, mate, it's what you get for being able to do voices. They fucking mix.
They do. They
I know,
really
I
do.
do that all the time. Tessa drops into Russian.
I really gotta say, you Aussies can't roll your R's for shit.
I mean, probably not.
It's gonna happen in some
Bloody
point.
hell.
Anyway,
Right.
next to Mr. Xavier, of course, is Mr. Emil playing Reeve, our Stormcloak Ranger.
Hi. I just took a mouthful of food when you said that.
Yep, that's poor timing on your part. And then last but certainly not least is down at the last but certainly not least, I can English today, is Mr.
proud of you.
Vex playing Valor Wakewalker, our Yuan T. Your Discovery Paladin, if I am not mistaken.
Both
Currently.
are Discovery Paladin, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to change my class to Babysitter at this point.
You can multi-class on that at level 4.
That is
Oh,
true.
Shepherd Druid.
He wants.
Got
He
it.
wants.
Pokemon trainer.
But our adventurers, we'll call them, finally went to the Temple of Morto, got the treasure, beat Captain Blackheart, and released him from his torment, made it all the way back to the beach to only discover that Captain Taggart and the Sea Devil had attacked the Albatross, kidnapping Captain Mags, killing almost everyone else on her crew, but Thok and what was his name? Oh, that's
Asshole.
going to bug me. No.
I mean,
Let me pull this up. By the way,
you're
yes, I do have all copies of the book, including a PDF. But I always
man,
like
even
the
I don't
physical
have it
copies.
written down.
Cade.
Yeah.
Cade
Cade and
Reedfellow,
Thok, yeah.
the quick-talking halfling.
Oh, we did have it. And Polly. We forgot Polly.
Yep.
Yeah, that fucking parrot is gonna outlive us all. I just have a feeling.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the thing with this particular group and birds. They are somehow immortal corporeal beings that decide to fuck with us whenever given the chance.
He's
Thought
not.
they were robots.
He's
You're not wrong.
But anyway, so
They were part of the government bourgeoisie.
let's not support
Nice.
crazy people being crazy.
Nice haircut, by
We
the way.
are?
As all of that red, all the way down. Nice
Yep.
haircut.
Anyway, so you guys did rescue Captain Mags. Unfortunately, life of a pirate is definitely very dangerous and filled with its own kinds of problems. And this is a warning now, is that sometimes, despite the fact that this show may be lighthearted and despite the fact that it is D&D, sometimes in a pirate setting there will be things that are very, very uncomfortable. Do remember that this is a pirate setting, and pirates are notorious historically for doing all kinds of horrible, horrible things. If our players do engage in such horrible things, it is not them, it is the players. Do not hold it against them. Also, this is your one and only trigger warning. Because you are responsible for your own mental health. Do not watch if you cannot take it. I would rather you be healthy and happy and unable to watch than suffer. So,
Man, this is a bad look for eggs.
They might not
Bearded Bard is
sponsor us
pretty
anymore.
wholesome. If you need wholesome, go to him.
that is correct.
Hey, I
Or
got a
check out
question-
the Ryutama book, because I'll shield that.
I got a question for you, Blaze. Just,
I have an answer for you.
Did
Do
you
you?
ever make a personal rendition of the homebrew spell? Fuck that guy in particular.
I'm working on it, actually.
You are.
Yep.
I figured you would be.
It's called Finger of Death. That's what it is. Fuck that guy in particular. It's Finger of Death. That's what it is.
You point at a single
You
target.
point at a single target. It dies.
Well, fuck that guy in particular.
Also disintegrate, but that's besides the point.
It's okay, Meteor is fuck you and everyone in your general vicinity.
Yeah, power
Yeah.
word kill is pretty much already fuck you.
Yeah, but you don't have to
particular.
point for that one. The pointing is what sells it.
This
It's
is
like,
true.
I'm just
But-
saying
but I
mean-
that if
by
Neafta
the-
gets power
by-
word kill, I need her to do a full opera song for it. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. I want her to go full out.
By the way, Brett, you said your disclaimer, and my girlfriend who is watching just sent me a text saying, "Wait, I don't have mental health."
Well, if you
You're
don't
allowed-
have it, then
wait.
you're not worried about it.
Wait, you're allowed that luxury? That's the thing that happens?
We're all a little mad here.
Anyway,
I'm ready to do
so
some Alice in Wonderland quotes.
Captain
I'm not
Mags-
sorry.
Captain Mags is free, thanks to Valor. He was the first one on the ship and found Captain Mags. She has dressed in what she could find. The Sea Devil
my
is
cloak.
now your guys's. And the Three Stooges from the Sea Devil that you didn't kill in the quicksand were brought by. Oh yeah, there were 4.
Yeah, there was one that was heavily traumatized by the notion of snakes, and two
Yeah, I
that
gave
I
him the
caught
club.
out.
I gave him my belaying pin. He was the only one that wasn't tied up.
Well, if only 3 came back, I'm pretty sure that guy died of a heart attack.
I'm sorry,
Probably.
that is my mistake. Is you do have the 4 Stooges, Cade and Thok. So
Question, how long can I hold my breath? It's 1 plus my constitution modifier? Yeah.
it's 1 minute plus. It's 1 minute plus 1 more minute for your Constitution modifier in minutes. No, I think it's your Constitution modifier in minutes.
I thought it was 1.
I think it's in
Yeah,
I thought it was
minutes. Hold
plus
on,
one.
I'll double check the suffocating rules just real quick.
It is in minutes.
So, a creature can hold its breath to 1 plus con modifier minimum of 30 seconds. So I need to check how long it. Oh wait, that's for something else.
-1.
Well,
But I
regardless,
think
it's
I
still
think it's
face down,
only
though.
like rounds actually. Suffocating is like brutal.
Oh, yeah.
I heard defecation, and now I'm concerned.
Suffocation.
No,
I'm sorry. Is that?
That's a solid...
Suffocation. No,
No, you're right.
breathing.
You're right.
That
It
must
is
be
minutes.
brutal as
I
well.
just double checked
No.
the official there. So yes, you are correct, DM.
Okay.
Defecation's not suffocation.
I will be face down in the surf for about 3 minutes.
Okay. Is there a reason?
I walked into the surf and went face down
Oh,
into the surf.
Yes.
Sel was having an existential crisis at the end of last session.
Anyway. So. What all are you going to do?
Stare at the idiot that's suffocating.
I'll be here for 3 minutes.
Try to shove off the ship within 3 minutes.
You
Good
can't
luck
do
with
that. You can't actually do that.
I'm also going to say you do know that this island seems to be only accessible or appearing at sunrise and sunset So if you
Yeah, I
would like
remember.
to leave, you realize that you probably would have to do so at those times.
Yep.
And it is
I don't
currently the
wanna
middle of the night.
Yeah,
Right
so
now?
we might
Yes.
I
have
thought it was
to
the middle of
wait
the
a
day.
minute.
No.
No.
You snuck up on
No, middle of the
you
night.
snuck up on Taggart in the night.
It was
Mhm.
dawn.
We
It
have
was
to wait
done, but we walked
until.
for hours to get here.
In that case, I'll just check the stock of the ship and see what's left. They
Mhm.
ran through the same. They ran through the same storm we did, so it's probable that they may have lost some things.
Okay. Let me pull you over to. There might be a map of a sloop on here. There is a map of a sloop on here. I knew I wasn't crazy. Well,
I mean, it's literally right here under ships.
yep. However, I have an actual map.
Here's the map.
Don't.
When
I'm gonna say at about a minute, there's actual ice like chunks forming around me. I'm still have the
The armor of Agatha is going for a
Yeah.
fucking 10 minutes to an hour. I don't
Yeah.
remember the duration.
it's a minute. I think it's 10 rounds. Let me double
Oh,
check.
wow.
'Cause I have
Armor of
Savior.
Agatha's. Armor of
Is
Agatha's.
Cell gonna be okay?
1 hour.
I don't
It'll be up
fucking
both
know,
times.
Reeve. I don't fucking know.
If he dies,
That's
who
right.
becomes the captain next?
Face down in the surf. He said, "This doesn't hurt."
All right, I'll
Right.
give you that one. That was well played.
Right, right, Reeve. Reeve, let's not, picture the death of our friend here. Not yet, at least. And I say that with a bit of rising my tone of voice so we can hear like the through the water.
Oh, I always picture everyone dead. So then when they do, I'm not going to be as sad.
We need to get you therapy.
Wait, I'm just like leaning over the ship, like, so. I'm sorry, what?
Well, we all die eventually, right? And then you guys go in my tummy.
Wait, what?
Is that
No,
Isn't
never-
that what they call?
Never mind. And I whisper to Reeve, no cannibalism.
It's not cannibalism. None of you guys are sirens.
Humanoids is the
Yeah.
race.
We're not
Humans
saying
all the
we-
time.
I did.
Just think 2 legs, 2 arms.
Everything that has 2 legs, 2 arms, and or a tail,
Thank you.
Okay.
So what about chickens?
go fucking ham.
You can eat the chicken, just don't eat the parrot.
There's an Eric Cochra chicken person somewhere being very offended.
Do I
D&D,
look
there's
like I give a
always
fuck,
somebody who's
disembodied
offended.
voice? Anyway,
That's why you stop worrying about offending people, because there's always someone.
There's always
Anyway,
someone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
correct.
any of us dies, give us a nice funeral, and then go kill something that is not sapient, and eat them.
Dolphins are more sapient than humans, but you guys eat them all the time.
Sentient.
Sentient.
They are sentient. Sapient is different. We can talk.
They
All
sound
the
the
animals
same.
and creatures have feelings. It's just that the complexity of their feelings depend on the complexity of their brains.
I have no idea what you
I
said,
have a 12
Niafta.
intelligence. I'm not a genius.
There is screaming underneath the water.
Gus is just watching Cell drown, and she's finally like, okay. Just that. Just giving him a, what the hell?
How did all this started?
I specifically asked for space. I did not want people crowding me.
Looking over at Niafta.
I'm on the
Do
ship.
tieflings breathe underwater?
No,
we don't.
So, should I save him or should I let him drown? Because if he's dumb enough to go out there and do this...
Let me think about it.
Give him a minute. Got it.
3 minutes later.
Yeah,
Literally 30 minutes later.
But
I guess you'll find the answer in your heart.
lady,
If I had one, I would worry about it.
Ladies, the thing is, I do think this tiefling has a penchant for water. So,
Can you guys like?
yeah, you have mascara running down your face, Mike.
I'm surprised you didn't get
That's just a
waterproof
funny
mascara
line
before
in
we
general.
left.
I definitely am not wearing guy liner.
I just like the fact of
Eyeliner is different than mascarpone.
It is. You
Yes.
can eat one of those.
I
That's
just
the
like
right
the fact
word,
that,
right? The thing that goes on your eye hair.
That is mascara, and no, I don't have that either.
It looks like you do all the time.
What were you saying, Valor? I can't hear you. Sorry.
never mind.
Is he underwater?
No, I'm out of the water.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So we just have to wait until the sun comes up.
Also, Brent, girlfriend shield you as well. You have more viewers.
Nice.
Thank you and welcome.
Welcome, victims.
Right. So the thing is,
Cell's eyes are like completely just red and dilated at this point. Just coming up, just like, let's
Good
burn
guy.
shove off.
Tess
Everything's
is giving you a look like, what the hell was that, me bully? If you need to drown, I can help you with that, but...
I needed some time to...
Die, I get that, but why?
Thinking? I needed some time to
Underwater.
think. Yes. No one can distract me while I'm underwater screaming.
Hmm.
Fightable.
You have really good lungs.
So
Are you sure you weren't a fish in another life?
You think by screaming.
Yes.
Cool.
Screaming into the void.
That explains.
It also doesn't disrupt you guys. Why are you guys all around me?
I'm not.
This was just on the beach with her arms crossed, mostly.
Yeah, I was already
ship.
here. You just walked past me, started screaming into the water.
So, Valor did say that he was going onto the ship. So as this
I'm
conversation...
on the edge of the ship with Mag.
Yeah, so as this conversation is happening, Valor goes further down into the ship. He quickly finds the crew's quarters. He finds the layout is actually identical to Mag's and how she had her ship laid out, with one exception. Down at the very bottom of the ship in the hold, there is actually a section that is walled off by a metal bar door. It is clearly a makeshift brig. Inside, he does see a partially clothed Arara, what was her name? Arara Seaflower. The the scout of the Albatross. And she looks up and sees you. Oh, rescue, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't plan on eating you, that's for certain.
I wasn't concerned about that until just now.
No, be more concerned about the siren. He actually considers it.
Thanks.
She shrugs. Can you get me out? I'd really like to be out of the cage now.
You said it's a makeshift brig, right?
Kind of. The wall is still part of the ship and still looks to be, sturdy. It just, there's no other chains or manacles inside there, and it's just literally a location to put people that can be locked.
Half pin barrel hinges.
Roll an investigation check.
Just open the door. Just get the key. The keys haven't run off. There's no dog.
16.
So, yes, if you applied a bit of leverage, then yes, you can pop the door open.
The cage? Why would you break
I want that brig. That's my brig. Don't stop
You're
wrecking
not
my
there.
ship.
Quiet.
I kind of look around just briefly and then find an oar and use it.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
And also, just so everyone knows, you have a tinkerer. He can repair shit.
So you try your best with the ore, but you're not. It doesn't have the proper strength nor the proper density in order to make your plan work. Unfortunate.
Does he get advantage because he's using a lever?
No,
Rough.
as he says, an ore.
You can use an ore as a lever.
Ores are strong, not that strong.
Is there a bench?
Not one that you can move.
Can I move one deliberately? Just basically rip it off the wall?
I mean, you could, but it wouldn't do you any good because there's no legs, which is how that was accomplished before.
Yeah, that's fair. Thinking.
You have not looked for a key yet.
You also haven't checked to see if it's unlocked either.
You think if it was... Okay, hold on. Allow me to get your thought process on this. If it was unlocked, do you think she'd be asking for rescue?
Do you think she's tried to open the door?
Frequently.
I would say that anyone in a cage who does not want to be in a cage has tested the door at least once.
The one time I was in jail, I just did that thing with the cup back and forth. So, I might not be the best example.
Right.
I just kind of think, I think about my time on the Marine vessel before I became a Marine after they had found me as a stowaway. And try to remember where they put the key when it was not.
Roll a history check with advantage.
You got backstory.
Planning a.
I mean, technically, we all do.
Natural 20.
So you know that it's in one of two places, and one is far more likely than the other. It's either on a peg somewhere down here, which is the most likely one, or it's in the captain's quarters in a drawer or in his pocket, in his coat pocket. However, the reason you think it's more likely down here is because this is a pirate ship. Pirates get notoriously and infamously drunk, and you're able to connect some dots that if Mags is in the state she's in, it's likely that while the lovely Seaflower is more put together, she's likely been similarly. So you look around, it doesn't take you long as you find the keys just hanging on a little peg. Except the one thing that's kind of interesting about this is the peg is actually a hook that almost comes all the way back down, almost like an eye bolt. But it does keep the keys far more situated and secure. You're able to grab the keys, and there's only one.
I want to point out it does keep deck mages from being able to actually lift it off with mage hand.
It does.
It real does.
Which I don't think needs an arcane.
After the
thing.
door.
I mean, you'd have to see it. You'd have to do this. You'd have to do that. Anyway, sorry, Valley.
After the door opens, I turn the key into the unlock position and snap it.
Roll a strength check.
19.
You are breaking my brig?
So
yes, you're not there.
You twist the key and you chunk, and it takes some doing, but you're able to snap the key.
If asked, my reasoning for this is because this break was used for something beyond imprisonment and does not need to be used.
Fair enough. So, as soon as the door is open and you snap the key, Arara makes her way over to the door and leans on it. Well, aren't you sweet for rescuing the damsel in distress?
You're not the first one I rescued today, surprisingly.
No, Captain Mags is still alive, but I wouldn't call her a damsel to her face. She might just cut your head off.
I'm not a Hydra, so I kind of want to keep mine.
Good to
I'd
know.
pay for ringside seats.
With that, she walks past you. Unfortunately, I don't think there's many others of the Albatross left, although I didn't see Cade and Thok on the pile, so...
They're alive.
Oh, good.
And we've commandeered the Sea Devil, so...
Oh, even better.
Oh, and that pig that captained it?
Taggart.
Yeah, his brain matter is all over the beach right now, so...
I didn't think he'd still be alive if you had his ship.
Oh, no, it was either... I think if several of the people...
Did the final kill?
If several of the people on our crew had their way, he'd be alive and wishing to be dead.
Well, anyway.
Sounding really edgy, Valor.
I'm basing my hypothesis on the crew that I have come to know.
Well, good luck with that. All I ask is for a ride back to shore and, not this shore, but, a port. Back to port so that me, Mags, Cade, and Thought can maybe, get a new ship together, new crew together, and, well, hopefully start something, although, well, she kind of looks around. I wouldn't want to be on this ship, but, we don't really have another one. And this was we were supposed to make some money off of this, so I don't know if that still applies. It's been a bad ship.
You'll have to talk to Sel about that. He's self-appointed himself as captain.
No captain can be self-appointed.
Tell him that.
No, I mean, a man can call himself many things, but it's only when other people believe it that it matters. And then she just walks up the stairs past you. Back on top on the shore. You all gather together. Mags climbs down from the ship and just looks at you all and nods. Thank you for saving me. I appreciate it. And thanks for locating 3 of my crew, she says as Polly lands on her shoulder.
Of course, it's the fucking parrot. Says to himself internally.
I would offer you grog and rum, but unfortunately the Albatross is no more.
First off, our pleasure. I get up and I give her a handshake.
She shakes your hand.
Half drowned.
No, not half drowned.
Soaked.
I'm just gonna use control water, just it all off.
Yep, there you go.
Alright.
And I just go from the background. From the background, I just go.
Tess has got her arms crossed and is just staring at Mags. Just
Hey, what was the princess's name from Aquaman?
No idea. Anyway.
Princess, no idea. I have no idea.
It was our pleasure. Second, we got a decent amount of crew. We can make arrangements and talking points about the deal, which has clearly been altered. Is there anything else that's been salvaged from the ship? The Albatross.
There's enough stores to get us back and forth on this little trip 3 times over. Taggart at least keeps a healthy cupboard and stole what we had or what we could find. And she just kind of drifts off for a minute. Arara is down in the brig, down below. I don't think she fared much better than I. Though maybe.
Right.
We will...
Valor is on the ship. She probably might have done a look around by now.
Cel's making sure to actually keep their distance, as it were, from Mags.
I highly recommend searching Taggart's cabin itself. He collects a lot of oddities and things that are interesting. So I would highly recommend looking there.
Perfect.
The only other thing is that he has my captain's log, as well. If I could have that back.
What does it look
Sure.
like?
Wasn't planning on keeping it. I'm sure that once we start opening books in there, he didn't look like he read a lot.
It's a big red leather-bound tome with the albatross written across the cover.
Easy.
All right. We'll have a look about it.
Can't read,
So,
but I
I'm
know the
gonna-
color red.
Seeing as I'm pretty sure you'd like to be in control of something, I give you Larry, Curly, and Mo, or rather, John, Jacob, Jingleheimer, and Schmidt. We'll name them that. You get John, Jacob, Jingleheimer, and Schmidt, and the rest of your crew. You guys start picking up stuff from the Albatross. Start loading it up. We'll start getting ready to sail. And sunset, right? Wait, what time?
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Sun up.
Sun up.
When
We'll
the
be up.
tide is the highest.
She cracks her neck, flexes her shoulders, and looks to Thok and Cade. Thok, Cade, can you do anything with these 4 yellow belly cowards? To which Thok just slaps one on the back of the head, and Cade kicks one in the shins. Aye, we got it! Get moving! And he kicks him along.
Outside of that, welcome aboard my new crew.
Thanks. I would appreciate being dropped off back at port where we all met.
As soon as possible. We do have some things to talk about involving the deal. It's clearly been altered.
Well,
We also got all the treasure in that one cave.
Congratulations.
You
And
don't need to tell them.
she just
Oh, why
things right
not?
now.
she just turns and watches the 5 go to work.
Tessa merely gives a dismissive wave to Sel's frustration. It's not like she wouldn't have seen the treasure. Mags, you and I will speak here soon.
No. Hold up.
She just gives Cell this kind of angry, dismissive look. You don't have a say in what I have to say to Max. That is between us.
Also, for the record, I don't need any coddling or any gloves. So, yes, I would be happy to have a conversation with you, Miss Wildtail.
Good.
And whenever we get to port, I do have some pointers for you, if you'd be interested in making some coin.
I will happily hear you out. In the meantime, let me make sure that I can at least get the 4 of these, we'll call them crew.
Stooges.
Let's make sure I can at least make sure they're doing properly.
Right.
In a minute, Miss Wildtail. And she walks her way back onto the ship, clearly directing the operations at hand.
All right, everybody back on the ship. We're going to start getting this ready to go.
I'm in the captain's quarters. I'm going there. I'm in there now.
Hold up. We're going to have
Nope, it's too late. I'm in there.
I guess we're moving the conversation to my new captain's quarters.
I'm in the captain's quarters.
Oh yeah, and one thing. Xavier just gets intense for a second, looks at Cell. You, me, and I have no choice. My brother, captain's quarters. Now we're talking.
I do.
Not the whole crew.
And then
No.
Tessa's just giving him a
This
look
is
kind of that
this
one
is
eyebrow raise at Cell,
Tessa,
like,
stand-
okay, we've got a conversation too.
Okay, Tessa, you stand outside the door. If anything seems out of place, just burst in and kill both of them, I guess.
If I wanted
There's
to
this
kill you, I'd
angry
do it right
side,
now.
but listen, it's nothing that important, my bully.
Polly
But Cell,
lands on Yafta's shoulder.
Right? When I punch the dickheads, right?
pretty much. Cell,
I'm next to my parents' room. I can't laugh super loud, especially when it gets later.
so you call yourself captain, but there's things I need to talk about with Mags that are more appropriate for women. And she just merely waves with that. Kind of to explain why she snapped at you.
So, we have a couple conversations that are going to take place.
Cell is definitely gripping their sword. Sort of agitated.
What, the water blade?
No, I actually do have a regular blade.
He does have a cutlass.
Whoa, that's super cool.
Okay.
I have
Can you cut paper?
I have 2 blades, a water blade, 4 pistols.
So
I am
And a
like
hat.
decked out. I'm decked out except for armor.
You're an arsenal in a wet paper bag.
so Cell,
Pretty much.
Xavier, and Reeve are going into the captain's cabin to have a conversation. Tessa, where are you going?
So, I know that Cell wanted Tessa outside the door, and I think
Mhm.
we'll take care of that because Max had some stuff to take care of.
Okay,
So it'll kind of balance out time-wise.
fair enough.
But after all that, I'll go last here and
Yep.
do a scene with
Nyafta, what are
Max.
you up to?
I was about to stick my head out and ask Niafta to handle the snake.
The snake thing.
The
I don't know.
snake.
I mean, I'm passing by. If you want to ask me for something, go ahead. The time is now.
Make sure the snake is doing his job and making everything neat and tidy. I guess I don't know. Make sure everything's getting ready. You're in charge since Tess is guarding.
Uh-huh.
You've
All right,
quickly
then.
been promoted to first mate.
More
First
or less
mate.
correct.
I mean, thank you, but who the hell are you
First
for
mate.
that?
Temporarily.
So far, Max is my captain.
Get off my ship.
I have mine.
She says holding a ship.
Good luck piloting it.
I have a compass.
You're not on her team. Get in the captain's
I'm
quarters.
already in the captain's quarters. You guys are just shouting.
Closes the door.
So we'll start with Nyafta. What do you do while they're all off having a conversation?
We're just gonna head down and see what Snake Boy is doing, because as far as I know, he is a paladin, so he's like super virginally shy, and he's with a woman that has been just like treated very badly. So I'm gonna go there and try to handle.
Fair enough. So you head down into the one of the lower decks, and you see that Arara, the scout, is coming up, and she looks a little worse for wear. She does have a couple of fresh bruises here or there, and a little cut on her cheek, but she looks at you. Oh, good, you're all here. Well, welcome. And thanks.
Yeah, good thing some of the crew members survived, so we're now trying just to get things together and sail back home to safety. I will also love to have like some spare attires to give you and Max.
I certainly appreciate it.
For that.
I am going to go see if Max needs any help. I would look around because Taggart's crew seem to be a lot more joyful than they had any right to be. I don't know what they've been doing or what they've been finding. But I would check the magazine and the crew's quarters. Maybe you might find something of interest, she says as she just walks past you. Valor, you get to the top of the stairs and see Nyafta.
Hello, Nyafta.
Hey there.
Is everything going well upstairs? I heard shouting.
Not really much, actually. We are just checking around and stuff, trying to find if everything is in order. And as far as I know, Stella's taken over and he's discussing something with Valor now. No, you're Valor. What's the name of this kid?
Xavier.
Oh, Xavier. Okay.
Javier.
Yavi.
He is probably got a plan.
Hey, hopefully have a plan or something.
Well, likely, like all his previous plans, we'll get by the skin of our teeth, but it's at least worth a shot.
Assuming you're talking about my plans.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay.
Cell's plans have just barely worked.
Okay.
If-
They were because we made them.
Yeah, Because I know how you guys act. I know how you guys work. Anyway,
Oh, yeah,
you
of
guys
course.
can have that talk later.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
No, literally, just an aside. I couldn't tell if we were in the underdog or not because Nyata is throwing so much shade.
Is that a move that Sal can use? That's
Not
really
anymore.
cool. I thought he can control water.
so Niafta and Valor, do you guys explore the ship at all?
I'm continuing my search throughout the ship. I guess I started at the bottom and working my way up.
So we're looking for more prisoners and stuff?
There aren't any.
There aren't any more prisoners. The brig only had the one. However, it was told to you guys that Taggart's crew does seem to be a little well off, considering, Taggart. And it might be worth looking around. She also said to check the magazine and the crew's quarters. So take that for what you will.
Like a magazine, like a book magazine.
No, the magazine
powder-
is where
the powder
all the black
magazine.
powder is stored.
That's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check the
I
quote
don't know
unquote
how to spell that.
The very
Mag-
kaboom place. Yes.
They
Very
call
Kaboom, kaboom.
you spell magazine like magazine because it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's not a different spelling. It's just different terminology.
I'm just
Niafta, are you
going.
going to go investigating, or are you just going to kind of follow Valor around?
I think I'm just gonna follow Valor around,
Okay.
teasing him about his first encounter with a lady.
Well, go ahead and ask him about his first encounter with a lady.
So how was it?
I was what?
Bro, make it so much
Seeing
better.
an almost naked lady for the first time, because I can tell it's your first time.
You're about 3 years too late on that one, there, little lady.
Oh, tell me about that one.
I was dragged to a strip club by some of my superior officers.
Ooh, and what happened?
I walked out within 3 minutes.
Yeah, I could see
Interesting.
that. I could
Well,
see
like I
that.
said, I got dragged along by my superior officers, and then my tutor, who was a cleric, found out.
How do we know?
Quiet.
Oh,
How do
so
we
they-
know it wasn't
they
a
took
gay
you away.
strip club?
So it's not like you actually lasted only 3 minutes there, if you know what I mean.
Pardon?
Somebody took you out of the strip club.
No, but he whooped my ass for 3 days straight afterwards.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Clerics are
Good
very,
whoop ass or the bad whoop ass?
Quiet.
Clerics are that particular cleric was very strict about his rules on celibacy.
No. Okay. So maybe he was the guy in the strip club. Tripped club. I made a pun.
No, he found out that they dragged the young teenage snake boy to the strip club and yanked me out by my tail.
Oh, come on, it's something natural. Especially when you're a teenager.
I'm aware of after.
Mm-hmm.
Although
And so how was it? This second time, how was it?
disturbing?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I understand that. Are you thinking of a third time?
Certainly not with you.
No, Jesus Christ, no.
Nyata just gave you the bitch, please.
The answer
No.
The answer for that is no.
I was just trying to see if you're like more normal now. Because dude, that is just not normal.
Try being raised by a cleric. Nothing's ever normal.
Things have changed, it's just about discipline, but the feelings are still there.
Yeah, con Dios.
That was insightful. I like that.
As I had previously stated, he was very strict.
Okay. So you're not allowing you this kind of thoughts and stuff.
I have an oath to keep.
I mean, he's not around anymore, and you're pretty much a grown-ass snake.
Yes, I am a grown-ass snake. I shed like everyone else.
Mm-hmm. And you have like a baby kangaroo out there, so
I'm sorry, what?
a baby kangaroo in your pouch.
Yeah, there's a reason I never told
Anyway,
about what happens down there.
we're making bets with the other guys.
I am aware.
Okay.
And the answer is still no. You're not getting the
All right, then I'm just teasing you. It was fun.
I kind of like basically shush her for a moment, and I scream at the top of my lungs, Tell everyone to leave me alone! You do not get the knowledge you want!
Feeling the wood rumble beneath our feet. What the fuck?
I will find out.
Unfortunately, due to the fact that you're on two different sides of the ship and two different decks, unfortunately, it is not heard. However,
Would
Nick,
Tessa hear that being
Wait, was-
outside the door?
Tessa,
was
you'd hear that.
was Xavier's passive perception?
No, but Tessa would hear that.
It's not that good?
No, because
So
there's less
Tessa
barriers.
outside the door, nobody else around or anything, just gives a nod and goes, "I knew it." That's it. That's it.
That's all Cell wants from me. He doesn't want me to be doing my job. He
I
wants to know
only
what I
want
have
you on
to
the crew to find out if you have 2 dicks or 1. That's the only reason why you're allowed to stay here.
Dude, hear me out. A baby kangaroo. It's a baby kangaroo.
There you go.
I love that
poor baby
euphemism. That's pretty
kangaroo.
good.
First of all, I am not naming my dick Joey.
First, don't tell me when. Just
So it's
stop me
one.
when I've made it there. You know what I'm saying? Just
You're not there.
Thanks are known for length.
So I guess that answered the question, right? He's not naming his dick Joey.
You implied a singular construct. I'm not saying there's 1 or 2.
But
He
There
implied
is
the
at least
singular
one.
construct. He
Yeah.
implied the singular construct. He said 1 dick, 1 Joey. It's 1. Problem
It's 1.
solved.
There you
You
go.
have been relieved of duty.
Thank you.
Want to know the best thing? Cell
made it.
doesn't know.
Quiet.
The
I
best
don't.
thing.
Cell doesn't know. And I kind of look at Nyapta and I basically just stare her down. You don't
This
know
is something that
anything.
Cell might sell their soul for.
You don't know a thing.
Okay.
Sips her drink.
Yeah, right.
And if
Give it
Cell comes anywhere near me asking whether or not I have 1 or 2 after this, I will find you, and I will use your lyre strings as a garrote.
Okay. No worries. Your secret is safe with me.
It ain't no secret. Every snake is different.
Okay.
Are
All
they?
right then.
Yes.
All snakes have 2 dicks.
I'm not here.
They're
I'm not
called
here.
Epipens.
I'm just
Also, I'm not
treating
here.
this as
Don't
an
answer me.
in-valor thing, so...
It is.
My
Also, I'm
lord.
not here.
Valor,
Don't answer
Valor
me.
and Nyapta are having this conversation.
It's hard. I had to mute myself for half an hour.
Anyway, so as this conversation happens, Valor, you look around the magazine. They took almost all the shot and powder from Mags's ship and brought it over here. You also notice for a fact that they've probably cleaned out her weapons cache too, because there's a lot more weapons than there should be here. The one thing you do catch of interest, however, is a beautiful looking cutlass that has an M engraved in the pommel. You also notice a very good looking elven longbow. You imagine it belongs to a certain scout who just walked past. Other than that, you find nothing spectacularly of interest.
I grab those 2 particular weapons and walk out, completely ignoring Neapta, while also mumbling under my breath, "Stupid sex offending tieflings."
Sex offending tiefling. So Neapta's just gonna go around saying
What was
that
that?
she's a
What was
registered
that
sex
line?
offender.
What was that line from that one song?
Sorry,
Usually portrayed as a villain, but I guess that it always happens when you're a panty soaker.
Sorry, what I meant to say was sexually harassing tieflings.
What's up,
In the
Karen?
Let's just put it this way: as probably we've both been in the sex working industry as tieflings, it's normal. This is
Tiefling
normal.
lore versus the
There
meta.
must be a. I mean, I think there is a whole market for that.
You're not wrong.
There is. I draw a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Can't follow North Star on Instagram. Go
I
get
kind
him.
of just like snap turn. I'm like looking at her. If anyone could get it out of me, it ain't you.
Probably me.
It's probably a dude.
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
so
That's funny.
Valor, you and Neapta
Immediately,
emerge.
everyone in the captain's quarter goes, "Challenge accepted" for no reason.
Like, I found the book.
So
Least
Neapta
you
and
innocent.
Valor, you guys emerge onto the deck of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
see
mean,
that.
we're 5, just saying.
Yep, and you guys see that Mags is getting everyone to work, and the ship is getting rigged out fairly quickly.
Hey, so Captain Max is up now.
Mhm.
I like that.
I decide to be completely honest about my find and return the 2 rather spectacular looking weapons to their original owners, considering they're still alive.
Mags takes her cutlass and smiles.
They could be
Thank you.
liars.
Thank you.
That
It's
could belong to anybody.
Shush.
it definitely is nice to be armed again. And Arara takes the bow and just slings it around herself.
Is it Aurora or is it Adada?
Adada.
Alright.
I put Seaflower, Adada, Aurora. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
How do you make the difference?
We're not doing that.
Arara. A-R-A-R-A.
Adada.
I'm going to cut out an R there.
Anyway,
Hello?
It's coming from Callie's.
okay.
Mm.
Well, then in that case, I'm
Callie?
gonna turn her down a bit. Someone let me know when she's back.
Mhm.
But as you guys return the weapons, it's clear that both Arara and Mags are happy to have them back. With that, the screen cuts to the inside of the captain's cabin where Cell, Xavier, and Reeve are currently standing.
I'm looking for the
Me
captain's
and
log.
Reba have just murdered the tiefling. I'm kidding.
I immediately sit behind the desk and start pulling out the drawers.
And Reeve was looking for the book, and all of a sudden, Xavier and Cell come in, and he's just like, "Are you guys gonna help me find the book? I didn't think it took 3 people to find one."
Yes and no. I'm also looking in here for other stuff, and I think Xavier wanted to talk to me about something, but that includes you always because you're an extension. Don't worry about me. I'm just kind of like keep on like.
And also because you decided to come here first, so I'm not gonna be a dick and kick you out.
Aw, thank you, Xavier.
Right.
I'm listening. Don't worry. I start like just rifling through the stuff.
Oh no, I'm also rifling through books as I talk. But the thing you see I do first is go over to the desk that you sat on, put down both my pistols and my musket on top.
So
That makes me immediately stop. I'm like,
So you
just
don't
put
think
my
I'm gonna
feet up
shoot
on
you
the
in the
desk.
fuck? Just so you don't.
And I
think
put
you're
my
gonna
feet
shoot
up
me
on
with
the
fucking
desks
back.
immediately. I'm like, so what's this about then? This clearly. Oh.
This, and as I start rummaging through bookshelves, this is you being a fucking self-destructive cunt.
Oh, what else? I just go to start looking through stuff.
And what else is new is I am kind of liking you. It'd be a fucking pity to see you dead so soon.
Oh, it takes a lot more to kill me than you'd think.
Yeah, I bloody noticed. Scar on the back of the head and all.
I mean, didn't you die like 3 or 4 times during our cave mission? Didn't I have to, like,
I'm just down here. I'm just like, once during the cave mission, once on the beach. That's twice this whole mission.
I can't count.
Look, sometimes you gotta take the front line for people who can't handle it.
And you can't.
And I tend to read for a second, and in Sylvan, if you find the Albatross book, please give it to me. I'd like to have a look before we turn it in.
Reed responds saying, I have 6 red books and I have no idea which one is which. And in his hand, he has 3.
It is now canon that Reeve cannot count. He
Yep.
knows what numbers are. He just doesn't know exactly how many each number
I'm about to say,
is.
being around Tessa, I'm positive I've figured out what the number 6 is
positive?
and what the number 1 is and what the
Actually-
color red is.
Tessa
I
knows how
know
to count.
colors.
Colors are a little weird, but counting is never an issue with Tessa.
I
No,
know
I'm just
colors,
saying,
and
like,
that's what's important.
I probably would have picked up. Is there a possibility I can discern like
Roll an
mild bits of the
intelligence
language?
check.
A K intelligence check. Do I get advantage because I have been
No.
around it for a hot minute? Nope. All right. Just straight intelligence.
Yes.
I'm smart.
No, you're
Nope.
not.
SMRT.
Never mind. gotta get those now ones out of the way.
You have no idea what they're talking.
Hey, can you spell smart for me in Sylvan?
SMRT.
It's funny.
Batman symbol.
I'll send you a video.
But carrying on with our little chit chat, if you keep going in the face of people that want to bloody kill you, and be, you, because you are one aggravating asshole,
That's what I try to be. I am best at it.
you're gonna start looking like this. And Reeve, turn
Hi.
around for a second.
Yeah. I
Turn
now
around for a
have 4 books.
Turn around for a second. Earmuffs.
Oh, okay. What do I do with the books in my hand?
Put them down.
I drop them. My hands over my head.
God, those are precious. God, I just rush over to grab them. Or any of them, the correct book.
But anyway, you gotta start looking like this. And I get in his face, I snap my fingers, and I look like him dead.
It's a neat little trick, and yeah, he does definitely look like you, just dead. Slightly terrifying.
You're gonna be this, Sal. And I take a bit off the twang of the Australian twang of my voice. You're gonna be this, Sal. And I don't want you to be this.
It's
He
not a
looks
pretty
distraught.
look.
We're partners now. But please do promise me you're gonna try and stay alive.
Because there's 3 points here. First point. You're gonna have to show me how you did that. Second point. Not as big of an issue as you probably think it is. I'm built of sturdier stuff, you know what I'm saying? Third,
Promise me, dickhead.
I promise you that I will not be as self-destructive as I normally am.
Are you guys making out behind me?
No, you can turn around.
Not
I
yet.
literally go over and turn.
And I immediately look like
hello.
myself again. I look like myself again before he turns.
So-
I immediately like.
So the
Mimic your
four
muff thing.
books that were dropped on the ground, none of them say the albatross on it. However, Xavier, you quickly find that while Reeve was looking for coral reds, because those are the kind of reds he knows, you notice a actual red just above where he was looking, and you pick it up, and that is indeed the albatross.
I just take a leaf through.
You'd be surprised at how many books he has for someone that is unintelligent.
Well, he's
I
only
didn't
called
think he could
unintelligent.
read.
So, as you flip through, you do see that it is Mag's handwriting. You mostly see just a list of dates, what's happened. Every once in a while, there's an inventory or maybe a acquisitions log. Nothing too incriminating. The last entry you have.
It's blood red.
The last
Okay.
entry you have, however. What the hell was that sound?
I have no idea.
Anyway, the last entry
I
you
was
do find
choosing to ignore that.
is dated the day you guys arrived. And that entry says, crashed onto the island. Hopefully, the repairs will be done soon, and the people who hired us will return with some treasure. This went against my better judgment, but I took them at their word that we'd have a split in the treasure. I hope that is the case, because I cannot afford to have a bust here.
I put my finger down on the page right where he's reading. I'm like,
Is this being read out loud, or is he just reading it?
Oh
to
no,
himself?
I'm not reading. I'm just reading it to
mind
myself.
if I take a look, or would you prefer to read it out loud?
Hold
Time
on.
is fair in the book.
Oh,
Hold on.
it's blood red, not coral red. There's too many shades of red out there in this world.
No,
there
red is
anything,
red.
Is there anything else in the book that is spicy?
There's one.
I have my hand in the middle of that page, though.
Yeah.
I want to point out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The thing that's spicy is that you do find a
Ice.
receipt. The receipt is actually part of a contract that you find and are able to pull out, and it reads insurance claim for the albatross. And you see that in the event of something terrible or catastrophic happening to the albatross, one Captain Magnolia Mags, a Montresor, is entitled to a certain amount of money in compensation, only to be redeemed in the port of Zavos, and must be proved to not be in possession of the albatross by at least 3 witnesses.
Right. Mind if I do something here?
Before you do anything, tell me what you're going to do.
I think you guys found the book.
Yeah.
We found the book.
I'm kind of, handy with a quill at some points.
Oh
What's
yeah,
the-
he's really good at
what's the-
forgery.
That is have an amount of gold
It does.
So hold
specified
on.
in the receipt.
It does.
Hold
How
on.
much?
So,
What are you doing? I literally try and grab the book.
I give no resistance as you grab it. The thing is,
I start looking through it and rifling through.
we have found considerable amounts of, booty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was for you, Brent.
Something clearly is off as I try and look for anything that seems weird or estranged from a captain's log.
And
What's off about the log?
we did find a considerable amount of booty, and as you've shared overtly with multiple people at the moment, that the deal has changed. Apparently, And if the deal is changed, I'm a man of business, mate. I don't like people to get cucked.
Everyone's a man of business until they get cucked.
Right. I've been
Which
cucked.
term of cucked are we using, Xavier? Because you use it a lot for a lot of different reasons.
Money terms, Reed. Money
I
terms.
okay.
close the book, and I'm like, when it comes to sex, when you start fucking another man's wife, that's a
Oh,
cuck.
I know that term already. I'm talking
no,
about
he
the
knows
term
that.
that Xavier is using. I know the term in like 4 different ways.
Right, the thing is,
Thank God
two
I put a
definitions given
disclaimer.
by myself.
Holding up
Um,
fingers.
But the thing is, Max has been through a lot.
I want to know what's up. Get to the meat.
By the way, what was the amount, Brent, that the
10,000.
receipt was for? 10,000?
It would take one solid brush stroke to change the 10 to a 4.
Yeah. And
Make it look good.
I'm trying to make it look fucking good. I'm trying to make a copy of that. And
So
and the original.
I put the book
I keep it for myself.
down on the desk. Behind the desk, I sit. I'm like,
I
the plan.
go over to the desk as well, and lean over.
Have a seat.
There's a chair across from the desk.
I pull up a chair. Put the guns to the side, neatly. By the way, if you look at the musket, you do notice there is now on the stock like a shimmering inscription that just flashes a bit.
We need to now form a plan. A plan that would I start speaking
We're
in
not going to
shanty.
kill her, are we?
I start speaking in shanty speak to see who can actually pick up on it. That would cut people who are of more black and white morality.
I don't have that. I have all in gray.
Yeah, everyone
And for
in this
you,
room
it's more than
speaks
one
shanty
shade.
speak.
Then I continue in shanty speak.
Are we going to cuck her too?
Yes
Right.
and no.
Does she have a dick?
Dicks. Sorry, I watched the package recently, and it was about to be a dicks get cut, dicks get sucked.
So, by the way, I start pulling my forgery kit off my bag.
I'm like, I like that. However, what's the plan? What are you proposing?
What I'm trying to propose is I hand this to Mags. We get to keep the fucking treasure. She can get a ship back, even a better one, good crew. And then we have someone who we can call on for a favor. A big one.
Better.
Zeplock?
Even better.
Oh.
So I don't want to actually hold it at this point, but we have something that's really good here. We can ransom this at a price similar, adjust the price so she still gets her amount, but is still in our debt. We get a better ship. We start building our own fleet. Bob's your uncle. We get our own percentage of the cut towards our own personal fleet. We cut a deal. We don't do anything until we find out what we're going to be doing.
Right. First of all, are you keeping a copy of this?
Absolutely. You're the books guy. I hand him the book.
I
Thought
start.
I was the books guy. I'm the one who's holding a bunch of books in my hand.
For some reason, he's picked them up.
I picked them back up.
Arguably,
Can
I own
put
every
these
single.
away?
Arguably, we can say
Okay.
this, right? According to best interests, would you say I'm currently the captain of this ship?
Are you?
I mean,
I'm probably the most capable of captaining a ship outside of Mags here.
outside of Mags, probably, yeah. I wouldn't put Valor upon this because, well, soldier types. Nothing against a bloody snake, but soldiering types, eh.
Soldiers are different than leaders and captains.
I have definitely done every single job on every single ship, including captain.
Well, we'll discuss this once we're on the sea, so mind
We
if I
can-
start?
The important thing is that you guys say I'm captain, so therefore we can start applying rules.
I lean over the table again, like get really close to your face.
Are you guys gonna kiss?
Captain. And I wink. And I start going
No,
somewhere.
before Xavier pulls back, Reeve just has his hand on the back of his head. Kiss.
I back up.
Why not? This means it's a deal, right?
I grab your hand, I grab your hand, Reeve, and gently start pulling it away.
Oh, okay.
This is definitely a thing where I can start applying rules.
Yeah, but please do, please. I am handing with a quill, but please do. And you've seen official documents more than I have, so please do give me a hand with this.
I would like to help out with mercantile insurance money.
So, go ahead and roll a forgery kit check, querying dexterity. You may have advantage because Cell does, surprisingly, know a lot about legal documents of this nature, of many natures apparently. But he is a surprising wellspring of information.
Oh! Roll a 12.
So,
wow.
your forgery is an obvious forgery. At least the copy that you've made. It's obviously a fake. You can, even Cell can tell just.
I'm like, that's not right. That's not right.
Can I try?
No.
No.
Oh.
However,
I mean, I'm good at drawing, and the symbols.
No, but this is the copy to keep for my.
Yes, this is the copy that you keep for
okay.
yourself. However, to change the 1 to a 4 on Mags's paper is much easier. If you would like to roll another forgery kit.
We will not be doing that just yet. We wanted to make a copy. We don't want to be doing that just yet. We want to hold this over Mags's head, worst case scenario. We literally burn this shit.
Right, so the thing is, this is an obvious forgery, but this is for my own books. And I take a little.
I guide him to one of the empty books on the shelf.
Thank you.
Money.
I do that. I just brush the page over the. I just brush the page over the book, and it's somehow stuck to it now.
Yep.
I took that one from a fire genasi I once met in the tavern.
True, he has.
And I give it 2 taps. Close it. I'm doing the thing you know I'm doing, Brent.
I do. Alright, let's make a note.
And,
Is no one else going to be, like, commenting on the fact that these two are planning insurance fraud?
No, because no one else is in the room. And
Reed
the only
doesn't
other person,
understand
the
any
only
of
other
this.
person who is in the room doesn't understand what insurance is.
In
And
character
also-
and
and
out
also
of
it's normally
character,
an
Tessa
accomplice.
would agree with this concept.
and also, normally the other person in this room is an accomplice.
Even if they don't understand, they're still an accomplice.
Yep.
That's okay. I'm part of Xavier's team. I'm part of him. So, like, I'm used to it.
And because Xavier's part of my team, you're part of my team.
Yay!
Well, realistically, no matter
I've done a lot to help Xavier. Remember that one shop owner that, like, almost killed us, Xavier? Yeah, no, he doesn't
I'm just
exist
trying to stiff
anymore.
arm.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stiff arm as much as I possibly can in any sort of direction I possibly can.
Let's not bring up the past right now. We do when we get help.
He was
But
yummy.
like, thinking realistically on this, Max could just walk out of here, go to an insurance office, who likely has a copy of this receipt anyways, and say,
The
Earth-
offer gets
Earth-
mentioned, but we can also eliminate people, is what I was hinting at originally.
oh, you're
You
gonna
can falsify
I can do
information.
that.
You're gonna kill one of her crewmates just so that she can not have insurance money.
I can do that.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
I
I'm
feel
not a
pretty
good.
useless
I'm not
throughout this whole
entirely.
thing.
I'm not entirely. We're not good people.
You're
Right, that is-
not good people.
The thing is, I got the book. I got the copy of the original. I mean, it's a fucking copy. I need to neaten this up later. But I believe our conversation done is here. Don't forget your fucking promise, or you're gonna get it, Captain.
What was my promise again?
I get to eat his face.
Don't
Yeah,
die.
that's
I think right.
that's the consequence.
Oh, don't eat my face. It looks too good.
That's
It's
the
the one thing I
point.
want.
I get them. I take the musket, sling it over my shoulder, but mistakenly
Before you leave,
I mistakenly tap you in the balls with it, with the stock.
Crank.
Mistaken. Yeah, we'll call that an accident.
Right.
first, we'll have a talk with Mags about this entire thing, getting her the better option of the two worser options. Try to lower the amount of possible threatening that could possibly happen, and then when things go south, then we possibly do. I'm thinking a crew. I'm thinking a fleet.
I'll be
We
with
can
you for that
sponsor.
conversation. I will be with you for that conversation.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have Tessa for that conversation. I'm going to have to ask her to be quiet the entire time, but I need the brain.
Ask
I need
her
the brawn.
about it. Isn't she
Yeah,
outside our door right now?
She's
be
coming
there.
in next.
I'll be there as a notary.
She's coming in next. Do send her in after this.
But I will say, if you do find any spicy information, send it my way. Should you, love?
Why wouldn't I? You're the bookkeeper. What you have is what I have.
So,
Right.
quick question: does Xavier have the Albatross's captain's log, or is that staying in this room?
I do
It's-
have it, and I do have it, and I'm handed to Mags. But the conversation is going to happen later on. C. That's what I think. It's what we're agreeing.
No, it was that you keep it on you the entire time, and then we talk about
Oh,
it
okay.
later with Mags.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Sorry. So I'm just
We're
gonna.
waiting to give it to Max.
I'm just gonna go to my coat pocket, the inside one, the big one that the
Yep.
what you buying pocket.
Yeah.
I want to point
Just-
out before he leaves, I'm like, this will be done out at sea, specifically out at sea.
Oh, that's my
Aye, aye,
specialty.
Captain. And I say that loudly as I walk out the room. The aye, Captain.
Send
Oh.
Tessa in.
I'm sorry I'm not the most useful when it comes to discussing text and money and counting and basic humanoid stuff. But I hope I'm useful enough.
You can teach me Sylvan later.
I still
Tessa, love.
The door
Sounded like
opens,
a stand
Tessa.
up.
So as the door opens, Tessa's just kind of mildly sharpening her claws on there. Like you can see claw marks all over the wall as she's just like
You're really
bored
good at art.
stretching. She actually looks really flattered because
Yes,
there
me as
is
a-
a lot of effort actually made to mark territory in her culture with her claws.
as a
What these look like shells?
Xavier's like,
Reeve. Thank you. You
Oh.
appreciate
This is
the
Alice?
best artwork.
Ooh, this one looks like a Northern Atlantic whelk.
That's what I was going for.
You do such a good job. I really like the artistry.
Yeah, it's just random claw marks too, just to reiterate.
Oh yeah.
There is
And
no
Xavier
artistic style that anybody else
Yeah.
would get.
Xavier is walking past, looking at Tessa while walking past. Use me as a scratching post. Why won't you?
So, he did say that you could go in.
Oh yeah, it's your turn to go in, Tessa.
She just merely gives you guys a nod and then You see Tessa go in, and then you hear the door slam.
Oh, that sounded loud. Do you think you're going to have really rough, what was the term used? Cocking?
Right,
No.
Reeve.
Moving on.
Right, Reeve. I'm just gonna say, and as the disembodied voice said, moving on. Let
Sorry,
the
had to use the restroom.
let the usage of those terms to me. Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
So,
I
No,
want
you're
to be
okay.
able to use the words you can, because then I feel more a part of.
Oh no.
Yeah.
To be honest, you could, but as your brother,
Explain the
you
brawn.
really you really shouldn't.
Explain the brain versus brawn.
So,
And I go back to the
Um,
beach.
so
Take Reeve
Tessa,
with me.
Tessa,
Yep.
But Xavier, I have a question though. Am I really gonna have to eat Cell's face? Like, rip it all apart and stuff and make it all gory?
It's up to debate if he breaks his promise. Now,
Yeah, but are
smash
you
cut.
gonna have to make me do that?
so as they are having this conversation in full view of pretty much everybody, Tessa,
Even face.
Tessa, Cell, you guys are in the cabin. Tessa, the bookshelves have been ransacked very carelessly. Most of the books are on the floor.
They're all red.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, all the
Did
red
we
books
find
are on the
did
floor.
we find any like books that had interesting titles? Because I would have taken those.
No.
No, okay.
So
I also like to
Tessa-
mention Reeve did take a few.
Yeah.
Just because he wanted to.
Okay.
So Tessa puts her claw on the desk immediately after like slamming the door, and is
don't
just
scratch that.
pacing back and forth, scratching the desk, despite Cell.
I immediately grab her wrist. Please don't. Please, this is nice.
Yeah, you can tell an annoyed Tessa. You've known her for years, or at least a year, and she gives you a look up and down. So you're calling yourself captain? You've nearly died twice. She looks
Haven't-
closer. You tried to drown yourself. And on top of that, of all that, you think to command me. Sit. She points at the chair, but she points at the captain's chair.
I'm already.
Yeah,
I
he's
literally
already
been
sitting.
sitting. I've been sitting. I'm like.
If you grabbed her
I've been-
wrist, you would have had to stand. I'm going to say that right now.
True. It is a large
Okay.
desk.
I push the seat out. I'm like, if I want to be a captain, then you can't command me to sit.
I like your confidence, but Cell, I will not hesitate to kill you to be in charge. You know more than anything that I want to be in charge. I have vengeance. I have people I need to get a certain return on. And you sit here and command us. You command them. And you do it well, and that annoys me. And she
Then do
sits
me
down in the chair.
Then I'm about to say, then do me a favor. Sit down.
Yeah, she doesn't even
We can
take
discuss.
you. She's already sitting as you say that. And she does that thing where she puts her legs over the side, but she's still scratching up the desk in annoyance.
I sit down. I put both my feet up on the desk. I'm like, could you please not scratch up the desk? There's plenty of other things that you can be scratching up right now. The desk
The walls are already done in the hallway.
I was going to say these nuts, but
It was so pretty. Why'd you have to ruin it?
Because it's not your ship yet. And
It
I'm
is
marking
my
it
sh-
for mine.
It is my ship as long as there is more of
What
my
gives you the
crew.
right, Cell?
I have two that
Nothing
just
gives
walked.
you the right to own the ship.
I have
Nothing gives you the right to command us. You are me bully. We were friends, yes? But then you command me? Then you say the ship is yours? Where is Tessa in all of this?
I can honestly say that from. Do you want me to speak as?
Speak
a-
as an adult. You're no longer a child no matter what I think about you.
Would you rather have me speak as a bully, or would you rather have me speak as a captain?
Speak as captain, then you may speak to me as a bully.
There are at least. There's 4 stooges, as it were, that I definitely made a lasting impression on. Mags definitely seems to have accepted me as captain, as well as the two that have left, as well as this is partially a bluff and partially not.
That's
We're
all
gonna
right. You
accept
can
it as
you
it
can do whatever you
is.
like against Tessa.
No, I saw a face.
More of the Mags has accepted that you're captain.
Yeah.
I
That
said
was-
captain and she nodded. That's all I'm accepting is that.
That's all right. It's a bluff.
That's valid. That's so
and everyone,
valid.
she didn't try and prevent me from being captain of this ship, and I said I was captain of this ship. And welcome her aboard my crew. And she said, okay, that makes her my crew.
Mags has no choice in the matter. She is ruined, destroyed, and we will be talking to Mags here soon.
I am planning to talk to Megs along with Xavier about bookkeeping involving that. And that's why I wanted you in
But
here.
you did not talk to me.
That's what
And she
you're in
points,
here.
and that long claw is just covered in sawdust.
I want
Ew.
to point out that that's the reason why you are here now, and no other reason otherwise. Is the fact that I trust you, and I consider you a friend, and that I wanted to let you in on everything. If it weren't the case, you wouldn't be here.
If it weren't the case, you would not be here. I would have drowned you in the ocean. And she...
I don't think you can...
This is the first time Tess has threatened violence against you.
I do
I will
not
put that out as a
think you
thing.
could... I do not think you could handle me in the ocean.
Yeah, she looks surprised that you're so confident. Then where are we now? You are alone and I am supposed to be your muscle.
You are more than my muscle, you're my friend. I trust you greatly.
She sits back for a second, kind of taking that in mind. You trust me, but you betray me. You say that that you are a captain. You say that without talking to me, without discussing this with me.
A captainship had to be taken. I stepped up, I was available, and I can command.
She
I
leans
have
back for
not
a
only
second.
do I have the experience to do so, but I have the application. I've worked on a ship as many different... I can do every single job. I know how it works. I know how the interior of a ship works. I know how everyone should be working, what they should be doing. And
Sounds
I do
like
not
an
want...
excellent first mate to me.
It sounds like somebody who is actually able to know how things are going and unable to let them pull the wool under their eyes. Already set up a bookkeeper. I've already set up a mild muscle. I do want you to be handling things as a first mate. As a boatswain, as it were. To keep things in charge of the ship. You do want to be in charge of the ship, don't you?
But I could do so as captain.
Can you?
Yes, of course I can.
Tell me how it works.
I tell people what to do, and they do it. Simple.
Do they?
It's just as much as being in any other tribe, in any other war.
Do they? Do they really?
To really think about that for a moment.
Currently, I am in control of the people. I don't want to put that up against you, or I do not want to try and put you at odds with me. I like you a lot. I think you're great. I think you're fantastic. I think you are a perfect fit. And I do want you to join me.
I don't want to join you, sir. I want to lead. I want to be powerful on my own. Why not give me a ship instead? That way we can both be captains in the fleet.
That is definitely a position that I have determined, but I do need to teach you quite a lot about keeping a
And
ship.
I need to teach you how to be a man. Because you look like a woman, and you act like a child.
You want some sun with that shade?
Shh.
Cell greatly squints at Tessa. I am giving you multiple options.
I know
It would
one
be-
option right now. If I were to kill you here, nobody would stop us.
Do you think so? I've made definite indiscretions involving other people. Do you
Yeah.
really want to?
She really looks completely unintimidated as she stands up. I was your
in the middle of
muscle.
standing up.
I heard them left the hall. It is you and me, Cell.
Tessa,
And the
roll a wisdom
only
check.
reason... Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Sure. That's a... I'm just gonna roll a quick 1d20. I know what that is, though.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, no. I'll just do it official. Just don't want to fuss.
It is
have a-
rather important.
I do know that I have a general idea of where everyone would be based upon the commands that I had given, right?
It's only a 7 for wisdom.
You
for
have an
her.
assumption. What you do know is this. What's going through your mind is this. Yes, you could kill Cell. Yes, you could take the captaincy. However, you do remember that there was one time where you tried a hostile takeover before, and that blew up in your face. And
I
you
like
do
that.
know that there are a certain number of people who need to be alive to get this ship out of here. And if he does have as many, or even half as many as he says, getting off this island is impossible.
So you see you see Tessa look at Cell and then kind of hesitate for a second. Cell doesn't know exactly the reason, but you see the hesitation suddenly.
So you do understand. I am in a
No.
position of power now. I'm not asking you to be under me. I'm asking you to be with me. Just as friends.
Then what do you say to me
Or-
as a bully?
I really want you to be here. I would hate to do anything that would jeopardize any sort of plans that would have us separate. I think you are fantastic. I enjoy your company quite greatly.
What is in it for me bully? Friend
What do you
to
mean?
friend. Do I
What do
get
you-
drinks? Do I kill everybody? How does this work?
What do you need? I'm allowing you to set the parameters here.
Cell, I have a whole tribe to get vengeance on. If you help me build a fleet to take my land back, to take my tribe back, to kill my sister, then fine. I will work underneath you until then.
I'm not asking you to work underneath me. I am
I
asking you
don't
to work with
care.
me.
Those are the parameters I'm setting. Because there can be only one master. There can be only one warlord.
Start.
Then we have an accord. I think it is applicable that we can get your vengeance. But you have to
Go ahead.
understand. It is very important that it has to be under me. That it has to be applied by me. And that anything outside of my decisions or makings will be met with punishment. I don't know. I'm working it out.
She just
You're
merely
doing your
offers her hand. Bully, we can discuss the details later. But I do honor my word, do I not?
As do I. And I shake Tessa's hand.
As you shake Tessa's hand, you can feel the claws grip into your wrist as she yanks and scratches Cell, like, pretty severely. And with that, she merely throws aside the blood on the floor, kind of dismissively. Do not betray me, Cell, me bully. And
We've
she
known each other
walks out. She does not care about the emotional appeals at this point.
We've known each other for how long? Why would I even do that?
Yeah, there's just nothing. She's just completely in a tizzy.
Do me a favor and bring in, I guess, the next person that decides to show up that wants to talk to the captain. I don't know. Valor. Actually, get a hold of the tail stroking woman.
Oh no,
What?
if Blaze saw that.
Get control of Niafta.
So
Tail stroking because the cat was going on screen and Laura was just
he
stroking
was stroking the tail. I was on camera. The cat just left too, so Blaze missed it all.
heavily obstructed everything I was thinking about. And you want to talk to Mags about something? I think there is a lower deck that is involved. No one should be down there because the magazine should not even be worried about being filled during this time. We should be worrying about setting sail.
She has
and
already
everything like
moved
that.
on. I'm just gonna say that again.
Yeah.
How are you expecting to be able to actually control or apply punishment
exactly.
over the ship if you're not going to
think
listen
you
to
have
me?
control over this. Exactly my point.
So
You do not.
Kitty, but
So Tessa
That is
has
my point.
So Tessa has walked away, and Sally, you've followed her out and just frustrated.
Yeah, rambling all this stuff. Tessa has put her claws along the wall and is just walking absent-mindedly, listening to this, but you can tell she's no longer paying any attention.
Look, if you keep on scratching up my walls and stuff like that, I'm gonna have to ask you not to be in the captain's quarters anymore. You're ruining some great woodwork. This is absolutely I slam the door.
We're having a lover's tip.
I noticed.
I start casting mending on the scratch.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It'll take you a bit,
We
but
hear
you
a
can
slam
do it.
coming from the captain's quarters.
So, I actually do need to talk to Mags too.
Yeah, so you find Mags on deck, and she's going about, making sure everything's getting ready to set sail in the morning.
Yeah.
And she just is on deck. You notice her hat's still missing. Polly has now returned to his perch on his shoulder, having left Niafta.
Aw.
He just kind of flaps around listening. But she now has a cutlass, which she didn't have before.
Polly with a cutlass. That's terrifying.
No, Mags has a cutlass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to
Honestly, I pictured that too.
I mean, it was his, and I thought Mags. Anyway, so Tessa's just gonna walk up to Mags. Free from your duties.
Free enough. They won't burn down the ship if I'm not looking at them. What is it you want, Miss Silvertail?
So Tessa's gonna look her up and down, and just from warrior to warrior, knowing what it's like to go through all this stuff, to know what it's like to be a captive before, because Tessa has been in that situation. She's going to examine Mags and make sure that she's really all right. And if I have to roll insight, that's
Yeah,
fair.
that would be an insight check.
With I'm going to push for advantage just because it's so close to her own backstory.
I'll allow it. So,
yeah, that could.
Mags is not. She is on the
Yeah.
verge of either killing everyone, killing herself, or just doing something incredibly stupid. She is instead throwing herself into her work in order to distract herself from what is going on. You notice that she keeps absent-mindedly tugging at the air where part of her hat brim used to be. She is dressed, finally. She managed to procure some clothes between when Valor, escorted her off and, now.
Yeah.
But she seems to have some clothes now, and with her cutlass, she keeps fiddling with it. She's a caged tiger, and is waiting for the last straw or the last movement to attack.
She looks Mags up and down for a moment, kind of noting all these things. You're not fit to lead, Mags. And I can tell. And she leans in, but not with an aggressive. But you will be, because you are strong and capable. You said you don't want cuddling, but God, by the gods of Vodari, by the gods that my tribes worshipped, you want something right now. And I can't blame you after suffering what you did. And she stands up straight, like Tessa looks actually really sympathetic.
Mag simply nods. It's not the first time I've been at Taggart's, let's call it, tenderness. There's a reason he and I never got on. Let's
Well,
put it
he's
that
dead
way.
now.
Indeed. It's a damn shame I couldn't watch it happen. But
I mean, we could still pick up the corpse for you, if that would make you happy.
Desecrating dead bodies holds no joy for me. However, I will, and she cracks her neck audibly, be fine if allowed to work. And once we get
You will
back
be
to...
allowed to work, Mags. But, and you see a point from Tessa, her claw. She's really in an annoyed state herself, so this may be just more emotional. We saved you. And I hope that you will return the favor. If you need work, you can join our crew. If you need blood, we can get blood. You're capable, Mags, and I want you with me. I want you with me as we build everything. No matter what happens in the future.
All too kind, Miss Silvertail. However, no offense meant, I will not be on this ship any longer than I have to get to port. And if I must, I will throw myself into the ocean even before that. However...
Suicide is not for you. She just shakes her head,
However...
You have at least some crewmates that rely on you. And if you do not serve them properly, then you deserve to drown, and you deserve the fate you got.
I need to roll something.
It's not Tessa being clever, it's Tessa being mean.
There is a lot of hanky-panky going on, as it were.
Yeah, we got a lot of political bullshit going on.
Yeah.
But Tessa's speaking to her as a person, because that's how Tessa does diplomacy. It's not very good, as we've seen with Sel,
You watch as Mags...
Sel's been mad about everything you've ever said to anybody. So.
Oh god, yeah.
You watch as Mags looks at you very carefully. I'm going to allow one free broadside. If you have need of a favor in the future, I will repay it. In the meantime, I think it best that I throw myself to work and you don't interfere.
Will not. I appreciate what you're doing for us.
And with that,
You're a good captain, Mags. And she
turns and walks.
She just nods approvingly, because Mags is a good captain. She's exactly what Sel admires in people.
One thing you notice as she turns and walks away, that last comment, you're a good captain, at her back, you notice that her hand is completely pale as she is holding her sword so hard. You get the feeling that she was about to draw on you, if not...
Oh yeah, no, it was going to be a fight,
Yeah.
but I had to confront Mags. I had to,
But she walks away briskly. Polly glancing at her, glancing at you, glancing at her, glancing at you, and then looking at the crew, and she just walks off.
Another reason why Sel keeps Tessa around is because they always drive them back to Tessa. Or drive them back to Sel.
Well, exactly.
The kindness.
Ollie kind of wants to do a small little interaction with Mags, if that's okay.
Who?
Valor had something there. I couldn't hear him between everyone else.
Holly walked away. Holly walked.
Wait, Polly didn't fly. Polly walked away.
Polly
Hold up.
walked away.
No,
Hopped,
Polly,
My word
Polly
walked.
had enough of everyone's shit. He just
hopped off.
Just
Literally
breaks the meta.
hopped off of the shoulder.
Mags
Just
and walked.
I'll send you a
So-
picture of a cockatoo walking because Polly's probably as big as a cockatoo.
Anyway,
probably similar. Any
For the
pair it is.
DM.
yes,
For the DM here.
yes.
Tessa's going to take out her frustration in every room she can, because she is. pissed
Stop
as a
ruining my
motherfucker.
ship, everybody!
It's
You
gonna
keep breaking my
This
ship!
is her way of getting back at Sal for actually getting the up end on the deal.
Fair
Which
enough.
is
Let
Yeah.
me know when she gets to the room I'm in.
sure,
Same.
we'll take care of that later. I'll let everybody else go.
So-
I
Um,
said,
I
let me
just
know.
want to do
I'll be
like a
waiting.
little. I just want to do like
got
a
it.
tiny
Hold
little
on.
interact.
I have to talk to the bard. I have to talk to the snick a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I think I have to talk to Mags with the bookkeeper.
So,
And
Reeve, you see Mags headed back up to the wheelhouse where the people are getting to work. Nyafta, you hear Sel saying that he would like to talk to you. So, first things first, Reeve, you see Mags. Do you approach Mags?
yeah, I do it more cautiously just because she looks upset.
Visibly
And
so.
it's just yeah, and she's like, or Reeve approaches and is like, "Hey, I think I found your book. Like I said, I can't really read. I can't read, but it is red. So I hope I found it. Please don't be mad if I couldn't find it.
Do you hand her a random book you found?
I had one of the random red books. Did I find it all right?
She smiles, takes a look at it, and nods. You did find one of my books. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad. And if you like, I hope my cloak and stuff helped and whatnot too. The inside is made of like shark skin, and even though some people say sharks have really weird
She puts a hand on your head.
skin. Okay.
I have work to do, little one. Thank you.
Okay.
With that, she calmly dismisses you as she goes back to working. Still holding the book in her other hand.
What book? Hold up.
Reeve
One of the
left
random
books
room
I
with
grabbed.
like 2 red books under his arms. Just
Just
random
random
red
ones.
books.
I still have it. Don't worry.
I was panicking. I'm like, I went to go pee for like 2 seconds, and I come back, and now Mags has the book, and now
I
all
went to
my
be for
leverage
2
is
seconds.
gone.
Xavier already backstabbed me. Fuck.
Reeve knows full well that Xavier has the actual log. I'm just gonna put that out right now.
Yeah.
But he wants Max
You're a
to
good
feel
little
like
brother,
he
aren't you?
actually won. He straight up told Max he can't read even before going into the thing, even going into the quarters. So he wants Max to feel like
No. Reeve is playing the long con. No, Reeve is playing the long con.
Reeves knows how to read. He's just pretending that he doesn't, and then the
Reeves
second
the
it becomes
BB.
relevant.
I don't know how to read common. I actually don't.
So, Nyafta.
5 sessions later.
Sel
I can read
says-
Scallop.
Nyafta, Sel does say that he would like to talk to you.
I'm gonna grab a donut.
We can't hear you.
I think she actually
Who
muted
does he
herself.
say it to?
There we go.
Heyo.
Who does he say it to?
I told it to Tessa and Xavier, I think, at one point.
Hmm.
So you should have said it. So somebody should have gotten it across to you.
We probably told you.
unless Tessa happened to pass you, she would have probably just pointed at you, after, and then pointed where Sel's cabin is, and that's it.
I'm liking this whole room to myself thing.
Exactly. You're captain. Even if Tessa doesn't believe you are.
This is
yeah.
Is nice.
This is nice.
Because there is like a lot of factors that are affecting Nyafta's mood. First of all, she's underslept. Second, she's hungry. Third, Sel just tried to get on her ship without not even approaching himself to her, but sending Tessa instead. which is
Was-
kind of low even for a tiefling.
Ow.
That was.
They're close to hell, but not that
Yeah.
close. Damn.
Well, hell is home.
No,
We are demons
Alright.
after all.
Yeah. So yeah, that. So I'm very pissed, and the after's probably going to refuse to speak to Cell until he approaches personally.
fair enough. You can.
After about like by the time I've finished like mending like at least the walls, I'm like, why the fuck isn't she in here by now?
So,
I-
Niafta, you are able to find a barrel down below that does have salted pork and hardtack and some grog. So you are able to put a meal together.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. First of all, because we have a crew to feed, including ourselves.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sal, you notice that Niafta has not shown up.
I peek my head out of the captain's quarters.
You don't see her.
Fucking hell! You walk up to the first person.
Yeah.
Have you seen the pretty tiefling? Like, come on.
The first person you walk up to is Thok, and he points down.
Thank you.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it's the meathead.
I immediately go, thank you. Wrong answer, though. Pat him on the shoulder.
You just
immediately before I head down, I go, I'm the pretty tiefling here.
Yeah. Yeah,
tells
you
it-
look prettier than me.
he tilts his head and scratches it, just kind of confused.
I turn my best asset into his direction and walk downstairs.
Your ass at? Of course.
Asset.
I'm
He
gonna have
just
more of a
continues
sway
to-
when
He
walking.
continues to scratch his head, but wanders off and starts to move something.
He's had a rogue. Leave him alone.
I get it. I get it. I was about to say he's straight. I get it.
You get
Go
down
ahead,
to the gun
Ron.
deck. You don't see Niafta anywhere, but you do hear some noise from down below in the hold.
Fucking hell! I move immediately down to the hold. I want to take like a mental like immediate like snap like picture of like anything that could possibly be wrong in the whole of the gun deck.
Nothing seems to be wrong in the gun deck. What you do find when you get to the hold, though, is Niafta with a barrel of salted pork, getting ready to and
thank
hardtack,
God.
and getting ready to ration it out and basically serve it to the crew at some point here.
Oh, thank God! Somebody actually thought about feeding the crew. Thank you so much. I need
Of
to have
course.
you.
Who else is
in-
going to do it?
No one actually thinks about food here, other than apparently me and you. I have just so many people I gotta talk to. Being the new captain of this ship, I do need to talk to you. Any possible way that we can get your new job of feeding everybody into somebody else and then rationing it accordingly. Pick somebody you trust. I trust you, and to pick somebody that you trust to feed people. And I'll meet you in my captain's quarters. Sound good? There's a lot to talk about. So much misinformation.
Misinformation. Well, this is your time to make it right. Inform me. Right.
Right here? I immediately turn around, make sure nobody's here.
There's nobody.
I don't know what anyone else has told you, but I was actually planning on talking to you about the ship in a bottle, and as everything is involved, did not send anybody to talk to you, including Tessa. That would probably be like the worst decision. I am not that stupid.
Debatable.
You were once. Continue.
Cell is completely flustered, and they're just completely blank at this point. they just
Okay. Just to make
Yes.
things clear, feeding people is not my job. It's an initiative. Because the people up here are my friends. And I appreciate them, so I care.
and that is why I expected how to put this? I understand the crew that has been involved. You were probably the one outside of maybe Valor to probably look into food at this particular stage, and then second or tertiary being Testa, who is very food driven. Outside of that, I just have so many people to talk. You have to understand that I am tied up at this point. There's a lot of things that are going on. I'm like mid-sentence speaking in Infernal at this point, just going immediately. I was like, there's a lot of political bullshit going on, and I need to be able to actually handle and hold control over what is going on because somebody needs to. And I know that you understand that.
Yes.
What I understand is that if you're not able to help control, then how do you expect to be a respectable captain?
That is why I want to be able to talk to everybody and get a hold of everyone's opinions so that I can make the best move forward. Isn't that what a good captain should be able to do?
Everybody else's opinion, because I don't think it looks very cool or respectable that you go around going to people like, hey, now I'm in charge, please don't kill me.
Do we have a problem?
I am a head out.
Do we have a problem? No, I literally just straight up go like, do we have a problem?
Okay, first of all, you want to get a hold of my ship after you basically rejected to have a chance to collect things by your own. You could have get your hands on my ship before I got it. If you didn't like just stand up there being so proud of getting your hat, if that means something.
Sel immediately smiles and just goes, it had nothing to do with that. I had expected it among a particular party that we had involved ourselves with that we would have had split it evenly and accordingly, and it had nothing to do with actually taking your ship.
Then, but the ship is my part of the treasure. If not,
If that is the entirety of the part of your treasure, then we are going to, as accordingly, draw straws according to items amongst ourselves, and then apply an even share of the gold, as was per diem of what we discussed prior at the bar.
Why don't you try to get into your hands on everybody else's treasure then?
I had not. I had asked questions.
You still want to.
I had said I had made a desire to be captain of a ship, and maybe possibly to acquire that as part of my share of multiple people to make sure that I wasn't out of line. I have to gauge myself a part of the crew. It wasn't their place to mention it to you until after I had already approached you about my position of it. Would you not agree?
Right. So do you have a proposition? I mean, if you want to be fair, it would be fair to share the trade the ship for another thing, right? So I don't lose my part of the treasure.
You get your. I would appreciate if we had talked about this in the captain's quarters in a position where nobody could just randomly walk in, so that we could talk, apply a conversation, and then you can do hearsay versus my hearsay.
I will say this: this conversation is still happening in Infernal.
Entirely.
Mm-hmm.
A hearsay versus this. There are people who actually can't actually speak languages that we do not understand, and I don't know if I trust the area, even in case of the application. If you want it in writing, I can do that as well. I would feel more comfortable at a desk.
Let's go to your desk then, if you have one.
Perfect. I take her up to the captain's quarters, grabbing a piece of this.
Hold on, wait. First, we have to deliver this food to the people.
Aww.
I had already planned on grabbing. I had probably already. I had already planned on grabbing the salted pork myself.
So
as a
Alrighty.
snap.
So it's very easy for Cell and Nyafta to grab salted pork, some hardtack, and bring it up to the main deck.
Stella delivers a solid whistle. Just
I get it.
Come on, let me hear it.
Don't
Let
clip.
me hear it.
Don't
So-
clip the mic.
I put my hand in front of the mic
I
and
have
myself.
a question for you,
Right,
Sal. Do
yeah.
you try to give it to Tessa, or do you try to give somebody else to do it? Like a certain day after.
Oh
Feed
no!
the lion.
I just straight up whistle. Just that it is at attention that we are giving out food, and the application of it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter to you, but it might have mattered to her.
There is a role, probably.
Right, you two are dolls. Thank you for the food.
I mean,
After.
And I kind of give the stink eye to the apple just for a second.
I immediately start doling out portions of the alcohol that has been applied as a part of the celebration.
I pour
That's
mine
good.
into Tessa's and shove it into the cat's head.
There you go.
Guess what? Did you know there's different color shades of red? When I went to the captain's quarters to look for the red book, there was coral red, there was blood red, there was
What?
You hear
was that
whistling. You hear
color red?
whistling. You hear a whistling, a solid whistling.
I'm not sure if
Okay.
that's a color of red, but I'm pretty sure that's what it probably felt like when I grabbed one of them.
Right.
Cell who
let's-
is red.
Tess is
has
looking at
turned
her double
purple.
ration of alcohol and kind of giving this, like, oh my god, is this all you're giving me look?
I
gave
Not mad
you
at
mine.
Xavier at all.
I gave you mine, and I'm like, you look like you need this more than I do. Fucking hell.
And Reeve also gives Tessa his portion of alcohol, so now Tessa has 3 times.
Wait, hold up. Do I know if Tessa speaks Shanty?
Tessa, do you speak sea shanty?
I do not speak sea shanty, so and he would know
Shanty
that
speak.
actually from hanging out with me.
Yeah.
So I
I immediately go. I wink at Tessa to be like, if you want more alcohol, you can come to my quarters, and to
so when you wink at Tessa, she gives you a look that clearly says, "I could fucking take it for myself."
Oh.
So she does not.
Stella immediately laughs it off as like a mild empty threat, but also like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Literally, just ask, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Tessa's a little bit more absorbed. But as
Like,
Reeve and
it's more of
Xavier
like a
gives her some,
parameters
she
kind of
kind of brightens up a little bit.
But
You know,
DDM, can I roll insight to spot this mild feud to see? Can I?
You would not need insight.
Oh,
Tessa's
okay.
pretty obvious.
Oh, she's pretty obviously mad at him. Okay, got it.
Oh god, yeah.
I immediately snap my. I am
The
snapping
claw
my
marks
fingers.
all over the place hasn't helped. I mean,
I immediately snap my fingers to get Xavier over here, and I whisper something to him in Shanty speak, being, "Don't worry, you'll still be compensated for your lack of alcohol. Meet me in my cabin." After Tessa does meet me.
I respond with, "Don't worry about it. I'll try and keep the cat entertained."
Reeve also gave Tessa his portion of alcohol and is like, I like your art. You made more of it. What's this one mean? Looks like this one has a lot of emotion in it.
Stop wrecking my ship. Stop wrecking my ship.
So Tessa, taking a long swig from the alcohol, it already started to hit her because she did a really hard set of it, and she looks at Reeve. You said something about red, like a tiefling in blood. Yeah, that's what the artwork's going for.
Whoa, I don't see any red colors to it yet.
Not yet, but I'll work on that. And she takes a long swig from the liquor.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have to
Tessa.
show it to me when it's all finished. I'd love to see it.
It's
Yeah, but-
beautiful.
So I'm assuming that fucking Cell and Yafta are going up to the captain's quarters. Me and
After we have
Xavier-
doled
More
out the
alcohol.
food.
Z-
After we've
Xavier,
doled out the
Reeve-
food.
Okay. Xavier, Reeve, and Tessa are just like in a cluster.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
We're discussing
Yeah.
arts.
so
I
Yeah,
see
if
you
you want to,
all
if you
over
want to
there.
talk to anybody in particular during this
You
time,
just
you have
finished
met
the
everybody while we were handing out.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So, I
Man, if
assume
only.
Niafta and Cell head off to the ship or
Well,
the captain's
hold
cabin.
up. If Niefta wants to actually talk to anybody, this will be the time.
The entire crew
Discussing
does.
art.
The entire crew does come and partake in a meal.
We'll say nay
I'm right
after.
here.
I will say nay after that while you're handing out food, you can see a very annoyed, very claw-oriented Tessa clawing up everything. She moves around, she claws it. It's just, the whole ship is now just being covered in claw marks, just everywhere.
Okay.
Which she sees you and she gives a smile. Oh, the smart tiefling.
Yeah, this one.
He is just
Great.
completely bitter right now.
Immediate spit take. Just. Excuse you.
Oh, you sneezed?
Yeah, we'll go with sneeze.
Okay.
Magnolia just kind of is watching all of you guys and just silently eating.
I am handling it, okay?
She's not saying anything. She's just silently watching.
That's so
Yeah.
in character.
That is solid character.
Their
I'm handling it,
insecurity
okay?
showing through.
To which Max
but
just
yeah.
simply nods.
Yeah. And Tessa, after we're done here, and would you mind helping me in the powder magazine? I do have to get some things in order.
You are to teach me firearms, right?
Yes, so we can shoot two birds with one stone, or one bullet in this case.
But
Or I can teach you how to use bow and arrows. That's a pretty neat too. You know?
she turns, looking at Reeve, and actually gives a little bit of a nod. My tribe used archery occasionally.
Yeah.
I prefer the guns.
Oh.
You all hear Polly. You all hear Polly not so subtly. We're gonna die. We're all gonna die. They're gonna
What,
murder
angry
everybody. We're all gonna die.
You're
Reeve
gonna outlive us
actually
so
looks
bad.
sad. Reeve looks really sad.
Surprisingly
says-
enough,
But-
and nobody's listening to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We can
Sometimes we
barely
can't
hear
hear
you,
you, Vex.
Yeah, again, shitty mic.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
you
you're
gotta fix
really
that, Han, because I don't mean to ignore you. It's just sometimes
Yes,
I can't
no.
hear you.
Oh no, I've been silent for the last 30 minutes.
Anyway, what's up?
I completely agree with the bird.
Cat butt.
We're all gonna die.
Don't worry, Valor.
I'm also not eating. Like Valor isn't eating. Like he's been given a plate of food and drink, and he hasn't touched it.
He's
Tell
gonna
him-
go over the Valor and climbs onto his tail like a little saddle.
Sally literally yells in Shanty speak, hands off to Xavier.
Hands off what?
Just hands off.
Okay.
I just look in
He
confusion.
knows. He knows.
Right.
He knows.
I have
You
no
will
clue with the chamois
No.
speaks, so-
Xavier might know, but Whitehill is having a mind fuck here. Go on, please.
Oh no! You said conversation at gun deck involving the magazine to involve
Valor.
firearms with Tessa.
Wanted to test a
It was hands off.
Oh, you think I'm gonna give her live rounds? You poor baby.
Oh no! It involved you touching her.
Just has no idea. She's just
I just go.
thrown like three
Right.
hardtack into her drink and is just slurping the slurry of whatever it is now.
No!
It's about the only way
Cell
you
is
can eat
having a
hardtack.
heart.
Yeah,
Cell
she
is
is so
having
mad.
Cell is having a goddamn heart attack now.
She's just like chewing absent-mindedly on like salted pork, and then hearing
Zabe-
you guys yell things that make no sense, and she's just annoyed. That's all that is.
Xavier just gives a mock salute. Right, Tessa, whenever you can, just find me downstairs.
She raises her glass, and she's like looking at it, and then looks over to I'm gonna assume Nayafta delivered this.
Hmm.
The what?
Another round, and then I go with Xavier.
After you and Cell delivered the food, but you delivered
Yeah.
Tessa's to her.
The cat.
So
I'm
you can't.
next to Niafta. I nod to give her another round.
To which, I mean, you can give her more grog.
She can have my grog. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, any leftovers could be like gladly sent to Top, I think, because he's the biggest here.
Valor's not eating anything.
No, she
You can-
said Thok.
Oh, fuck.
Mhm.
To which Thok is like got his hand to his mouth and is ripping away salted pork and looks around. Huh?
By the way, alcohol and guns. What can go wrong?
Exactly. That's gonna be
Everything.
fun. That was exactly what I was going for. I wanted it to be like home
already-
again.
Thok holds out
He
his
already
mug. Grog.
knows. Let's say I've only ever known sharp objects in alcohol.
Mm.
He's gonna know the
I'm
joy of
gonna leave this
explosives in
alone because
alcohol.
this shows how redneck I am. So, yes, but that's all she's gonna say to Nayafta, and that's up to her on how she wants to deal with that. And you
Okay.
said Thok, right?
Yeah, Thok.
Mhm.
Thok holds out his mug. Grog.
No, grog. She says, looking at like Nayafta again.
You have to make a choice.
No. Sal literally nods and just goes, worst case scenario, it's my share. In Infernal.
I mean, if you get your grab on the meat first, then you take it. It's yours.
I don't care. I got
So, after you are
other options.
using Cell's share, you are able to give both Thok and Tessa another round.
Sure. I will.
And I wink and just pretend like it was her idea.
To which Thok
And
smiles.
make it completely, like, apparent to her that it was her idea that
Fair
they take my share.
To which Thok just kind of smiles and is drinking. He's a man of very
Probably-
simple pleasures.
I probably should roll a con check for 4 rounds of drinks for Tessa.
4 rounds?
Yeah, if it was just
yeah,
like 2 or 3, I would be like, she could probably handle that. But
Oh no, that fourth
4.
one.
The 4th one is probably a little much.
So we'll remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's.
Thok will remember. Maybe.
Oh, she's rolled a 25. No,
Oh, yeah,
she's
she's
as
fine.
happy as a kitty as can be.
Aw.
So, Cell and Yafta, after everyone has eaten, you guys are able to go adjourn to the captain's quarters to finish your conversation. Don't speak up all at once.
Okay.
I immediately sit down. I am relatively proud of the fact that, like, literally all the claw marks are gone from my room at this point. I'm just like,
That's not the hallways and everywhere else.
no, the hallways of the room, literally everything that's in the captain's quarters is completely clean of your claw marks. I'm
Yeah,
just
the
like,
rest of the ship is just kind of fucked up.
"Oh." I'm just like running my hands over where the marks used to be, just like, I put my tail in my pack, unlatch the secret compartment, and pull out the actual alcohol.
Okay, real alcohol that you've been hiding from everybody the whole time. How did you?
I put my finger to my lips as I literally have already one finger to the lips, pulling 2 chalices up, and as my tail is pouring into each one.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Sure,
you're
I
with
mean,
it.
I would have done the same. Whatever.
As it's being recorked and put back into the secret compartment, into my packet, I go, hold the glass and go, cheers.
Ding.
Well, I can actually do this.
Okay. Okay, so I got a point that I say cheers, but I didn't sip on it yet.
So you're watching to see what happens to him if it's poisoned?
Yeah.
I love it.
Love this.
So
I think
This
I
is so
do. I
fucking
do take
cutthroat.
note at the. I do take note of the fact that she didn't sip. I'm like, honestly, if I was trying to poison you, it wouldn't have been here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Niafta never left their room. I wonder what happened.
right.
I get to eat a face.
Like, come on.
I
I
mean-
literally just go like after she doesn't say anything. After I said like I was gonna poison you here, it wouldn't have been. No, like
she says,
she doesn't say anything. I just go, come on.
Okay, let's.
Like I literally gave you my share of the alcohol to the two strongest people on the crew. They could probably like force a hand, and Mags definitely has a hold on either of them at the moment. Now is not the time to be able to force feed you alcohol. I'm not stupid.
Anna, trust me, I'm in way better mood now that I have eaten, but I'm still kind of suspective, you know? It is kind of shady that you have to speak different languages in front of the members of the crew. I'm still willing to hear your proposals about the position of my ship in a bottle, but then again, that's no guarantee of anything. So go ahead.
What do you want?
For prize.
What do you want? No, not from this mission. What do you want from me? From this conversation? What do you want out of this? Do you want me to be entirely, truly honest? Do you want me to be a businessman? Do you want me to speak as you as an underling, as a crewmate? What do you want?
Be honest. I usually do better linking to fair causes than other things.
That I need to.
Yes.
If I'm going to speak truly honestly, then I would need to have automatically assumed that you would have already grabbed the whole Valor Dick thing. Did you get it? Did you get the information?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Keep in mind, Reeves now riding along Valor's back.
Insight check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check. You have to roll a deception check.
Me deception check?
Yes.
Okay, where is that?
It's on your character sheet on the skills, just to the right of your stats.
Because I know that she knows that I know that she knows that I know. Like, that's the most insight thing that could possibly happen, right?
Sorry, I had to
Perfect.
adjust.
So yeah,
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
What a shame. The idea was you to kind of like get Valor in a position where it was just you and him, get him to a vulnerable position, where I could find out how many dicks he has.
Oh no, not this again.
No. Oh, well, for me, it was personal. I was genuinely curious about it.
And what did you find out? I need to know.
When I told him I was going to save his secret, he said he didn't care, so...
I believe that.
Betrayal.
I
literally just go, I believe that. And I take another sip.
You do notice that nothing bad has happened to him.
The more important thing is, you want me to be honest.
Yes, please.
Where do you want me to start?
If you want to make it chronological, and that will work.
I'm not a tiefling.
Yes.
It may look like I'm a tiefling. I am not a tiefling. I'm a human that was cursed very early on.
Oh. How did
To
you get
be
there?
not my fault. I'm assuming that it was involving family lineage and whatnot. Also involving a scar on the back of my head. If you want to touch it, you can. It's here as I like gesture to the back of my head.
And as he gestures, if you do feel, there is a very interesting scar. It's jagged. It comes in like it's almost like a sea wave pattern. That just trails up from the very top of his neck up into his hairline. And it is the one patch on him that is still human flesh tone.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense. That would explain why is your attitude towards me being like kind of weird since the beginning. And towards Captain Max as well.
This isn't something that many people believe me on. I've been relatively discouraged.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, I've had a lot of alcohol on me.
Niafto, you can roll an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Is Max a tiefling? I thought she was a human.
She is.
Okay.
The only tieflings are the one in that room.
This is correct.
We are. I am the last one.
Yeah, but you were not born on one. So
No,
what,
I was
Arcana?
definitely not
Yep,
born a
roll an
tiefling.
Arcana check. So Niafta, you know a bit about curses.
Yeah.
You do know that there are curses that can change people from one species to another. You also know that there are technically ways to reverse said curses. However, it takes a powerful person to inflict such a curse onto another being. If he doesn't know who did it, it was likely done to him without his knowledge, and he just got to accept the consequences.
Yeah.
If you could find what you're looking for, you may be able to find something to help him. Just
All right
throwing
then.
that out there.
Bet. So do you know who did this to you?
No, like all I know is that I started rapidly changing in my early years. So
Hot.
is where
Sorry.
this is where the unbelievable part comes in, where I have to trust you to be able to trust me.
Mhm.
Have you heard of Tea Leaf?
Roll a history check. Oh, sorry. Laura, you can roll a history check.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he mentions tea leaf, you can roll a history check.
Okay, tea leaf. Whatever that is.
You know of House Tea Leaf. They are a very successful mercantile family. They export all kinds of things and are very powerful in Vodari, which is a nation mostly of meritocracy or of merchant houses that basically decide the government. There's an actual term for it. It escapes me off the top of my head. But you know that they are the largest exporter of wines, coffee, liquors, and even do trading in magical items. They even have a small but potent force of sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards at their beck and call, and every one of their ships has a powerful spellcaster as part of the crew.
So I'm
They are
thinking probably
definitely known to have the
one of
fastest
those
ships.
warlocks working for this family did the job. That's what I'm thinking.
It's a very possible idea.
It could be possible.
Okay. All right then.
I am of the
I might be able
house.
to use my knowledge and influences around the mercantile people to get more information about your curse and how would you like to revert it. But the thing is that, are you sure you want to revert it? I mean, Tieflings have some advantages over humans.
I want to be me again. But
Understood.
secondarily,
Mhm.
I want to make my family pay for what they possibly would have done to me. It does appear that it is a family thing.
Then I recommend you to take your vengeance over your family first, and then revert the spell or whatever.
Agreed. Secondarily, this is between you and me. This does
Mhm.
not leave here. Or some, I don't know, insert some threat of violence that I could possibly do. I don't know. I'm not good at this.
I mean, if you
I
want
wanna.
to make a better impact on it,
I
you need
more
to show
wanna
them what
help.
they made of you.
I more want to help than anything else, and I'd trust you'd be able to hold a secret based upon
Absolutely.
first impressions, and I can get a general read on people.
Mhm.
I feel like out of us, Tess is probably the worst. Valor, Reeves. Then it goes our current bookkeeper, Xavier, and then you. I trust you to hold this secret as most.
I'm the middleman.
Fair enough.
You are not to speak a word of this.
I won't. I mean, your personal stuff is only yours to share. I don't do that kind of stuff, except for, you know.
No.
I,
One.
I have reasons for that personal.
What?
Judging you, it's just hilarious.
I
You
love
just
it.
know that if it ever does go outside of my favor, there will probably be consequences based on influence and whatnot. You get the idea.
I do get it.
I am not trying to threaten. I'm on your
Not good
side.
at it.
I promise.
I know you have your own interests and you're willing for that. All right, I respect that. But then again, I am not very
I
am not agreeing to give it and just away my ship like nothing.
So it's one, according to the share that we had already described, is not fully your ship yet. It is applied during and upon the treatise of a fair share of the treasure
Okay, so
that we had
according
already
to that
applied.
rule,
So we had already
according to
applied that
that
we
rule, that means that I have a hold on everybody else's share somehow, right?
correct. That is how that works. Everyone has a fair share of everything, and we're going to apply it accordingly and separate it accordingly.
I will state this for the record. Technically, there has not been a meeting to split the treasure into shares. No shares have officially been given or taken. The general rule of discovering a treasure is to first get it, second to get it back to port, then to divide it among the people. That is the typical procedure when dividing treasure. This is what is commonly known among everyone. So technically, while no shares have been officially decided or stated, you certainly may say that I would like this as my share, and certainly advertise that to the crew and or to the rest of your party, and they may all agree with you. You do know that the original plan was that in case something happened and you couldn't go back to Mags, or that you needed to ditch Mags and take off, the plan was for somebody to be able to call the ship out and have a getaway. That was kind of the general plan, and it just so happened that because you're the most magically, well, one
You were
of
the
the
person
two
that
most magically
grabbed it.
inclined, and you grabbed it first,
Hold up,
you
I
attune
have.
to it.
I actually do think I'm the most magically inclined here.
Technically, you are because you're the sorcerer, but she is definitely the second one.
I'm the third.
No.
No.
I actually
Damn.
do
Totally
have.
Tessa first. I know all about the magic stuffs.
The only reason why it's even
This is
mildly, I
rude.
think it does. I think it even mildly goes me. I think it actually does go Vex because he actually has some like intelligence applied.
No.
But then it goes.
Actual spellcasting ability. It goes you, Niafta, Vex, or Valor, Xavier, and Reeve are all tied. Tessa is last.
No, I'm first.
So it is
what
me.
The
So
hell?
it is. So it is me first. Okay. So I do know how the magics work.
Technically, I'm
And
third.
technically, you're the only one that knows Xavier's little trick. So
I'm the only person that knows the all of everything at the moment because I'm the only person that
I
ever
know
talks to anybody
Xavier's
solo.
tricks.
Yeah, but
Captain.
just again,
Mhm.
those are procedures that you do know. So I just wanted to put that out there because this is a new setting and not everybody's familiar with the rules of piracy.
I do
pirate
want to
code.
point out that it is not fully your ship yet. And then if
Yes.
it does come to the application of you want to take that ship and leave, then I do have an entire crew that probably would oppose it based upon the applications. I'm trying to be as friendly as possible. I promise. I'm not trying to be like, I don't like you, yada yada yada. I don't want you to get what you want, yada yada. I want to do right by you, specifically you.
Okay. Then I want you to do one thing. I want you to get everybody reunited and state that whatever they held in the treasure collection belongs to everybody and not to them only.
That is definitely a thing that I've already stated to at least 3 people here. I don't know if I stated to Valor.
Okay, but I don't know that. I would like all of them to agree first.
I would
Before
appreciate
I
that,
hand
and
the ship. And anyways, I am curious. Why would
I
you?
actually want you to hold on to that ship in this case.
Mhm.
Because everybody does have a portion of it, and therefore other people have a stake in it, and therefore other people be upset or apply different things. And it's all politics, and if everyone understands it, I know that Xavier understands that he doesn't have anything other than his dice.
Mhm.
So
Hey,
he's going
his
to
dice
fight
are
just as hard. Shush.
Mhm.
I understand that his dice are going to be his only stake, and he's probably going to want more. I know Tessa is going to want more of my silver because I have more silver than she does. I know that there's a compass
More
that is
silver than she
involved.
does?
I
Wait.
actually do have more silver currently than you do.
Oh, nice.
Dave's just happy with his compass.
Okay,
You have
and
4 of
is there-
silver. I have 8. Wait.
so is everything we collected part of
well,
4. There's 4
DM,
chests
how
of
many
silver.
chests of silver does Chessa
So
have?
let me be very clear here: is that there's no way you could have carried 8 chests out of there, even
I
doing
only
have 1
carried
chest of
7.
silver.
So
I didn't
te-
carry anything out. I
And
melted
given
the
the
ice
weight
and
of the
pulled.
gold, I could actually
Right.
do that because we actually discussed weight.
So, the person who is currently carrying all of the quote-unquote silver is Tessa. Between Tessa and Valor, all of the monetary stuff is split between them because they are the two with the highest strength scores who could actually move and carry it.
Yeah, they the
I want to
strong
point out I
boys.
do have 4 chests of silver, 1 gold bracelet, a carved statue of a mermaid.
So there's no
2
way
healing
you
potions,
carried
though.
4 chests of silver.
That is what it says on my thing.
Let me double check your thing and let me double check my weight.
There was no weight. You just said what it was.
That might be
Thanks.
some bookkeeping that I need to update, and I will do that after the fact. However,
You gotta also
Tessa-
understand I'm a strong boy.
you're not
None-
at all. However, Tessa
I-
did
You're a weak
carry
boy.
out the most chests of silver because that is
Yeah, I
all
was gonna
she
say
grabbed.
it's 175 gold's worth of silver that she managed to stretch up, and that's only because I had a rope.
Yeah.
and an extra turn of initiative.
Yeah, Tessa.
Okay, so
Several
the
times.
point
Tessa
being
does
is I
have the
still
most
have
silver.
the point being is I still have a large portion of the silver that is involved.
Yeah,
that
you
Tessa
do.
wants.
That I mean, that's between you and the DM. But if that's correct, then yeah.
Yeah, I will.
But I
double-check
also
that.
have 7.
But anyway,
The point being is I have a large
Okay,
portion of
cool.
everything, and everyone has a share in it, and I'm willing to share. And I
That's the
am
biggest
wanting to
question.
share. I am wanting to spread it out, and I want everyone to get an even share, and I want everyone to get what they want. That is what a good captain would do, and that is what I will be doing. The major point is I want to know what you want outside of making it even, because that's also what I want. You ignore that. Ignore your fact that you want to make it even. I understand. I want to make it even.
Okay. Yeah, basically that. And also, I
I
am trying to.
do also want to make it known that Xavier does have first pick, because at least 2 people had an application to applying it, being me and also Xavier. He did a favor for me, so my also share applying it to his also first pick share. I'll pick last. I don't mind as to apply to him picking first. But the application is he picks first, and then we draw straws. That sound fair?
No.
you're
Shut
not
up.
in the room.
I tip my hat as emphasis.
I don't know
to...
about that. I insist that you should probably talk to everybody first and get them to agree that we're going to split it with everything we collected in the whole island ordeal. And we'll see. We'll see.
But
And
this
also, my question is, why do you want another ship if you already have this one?
The application of a fleet in percentile of taken percentages of monetary gain from that ship.
That is not anywhere near the correct way to phrase that sentence. I'm going to say that. That was confusing as hell.
Well, I think that was intentional. That's a lot
that
of
was
what I've
intentional.
gathered.
All right.
No,
I just
that was entirely intentional. It's just I wish you didn't say anything because I was hoping to confuse.
No, I felt like I had a stroke while listening to that.
But that sounds exactly like Sal,
Sal's
as far
entire
as I've heard
strategy
it.
is confuse the shit out of everyone and see if it sticks.
You say if they literally just want to hope they sound smart and say yes, then I got them. That's
there's
all
Reeve.
Cell is.
Reeve is kindergarten innocence.
But so that's entirely what I just said to you. Of the application of getting monetary value from applying another ship to a fleet of possibilities of percentile to get monetary value to apply to said whatnot.
Night Valor.
I kind of don't
He already
like
left.
I know.
Well, it was kind of rough because, yeah.
anyway.
Look, I'm gonna immediately stop. I'm not gonna bullshit you. This is the plan, right? I'm gonna try and I need you on this though. Like I need you on this. More people on this allows for the most payout for the crew. And as I consider you part of the crew, you are a part of the payout. Is that understood?
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and strong arm Mags into being part of the fleet. Another major preference is applying said strong arm of Mags as a percent of whatever she plunders or makes from her own personal ship that we sponsor gets put to either me or the crew, depending on how we apply making more fleets, applying upgrades to the ship, and all that other stuff. How much do you understand about business?
Quite a bit. I'm a bard.
Okay, so then you do understand that if it's going to be split evenly, then it gets split evenly applied to the business, being the ship, the fleet, and whatnot. But if it only gets split to individuals as
split the, crew?
employees, so if it gets split evenly to the crew so they can do whatever they want with it, it gets applied more towards the captains so that we can grow the business in it being the fleet.
So you're running your ship as a business?
Yeah, basically. In
Uh-huh.
short, yeah.
That's how you
Okay.
mostly run ships, to be honest.
As a business?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically old time in this particular day and age. There's 3 ways you can run a ship. You can run a pirate ship, which is still a business of stealing, plundering, and the captain will keep the majority shares. So the captain keeps the majority. It then goes to the officers and then everyone else. The other way to do it is shipping. You can ferry cargo to and from and get paid for doing so. Again, captain shares, officers, crew. The third way you can do it is privateer, which is licensed pirating. You take a prize ship, or you
I've
just
done all 3.
or you just capture, or you just steal the stuff out of a prize ship, and then
And they're
you
called
bring it
like
back to port.
corsaries? Or something like that?
Say that one more again.
And those called corsaries or something like that?
Corsairs.
Corsairs are the basically sloop versions of.
It is a type of. It is another classification of pirates and also ships.
It's a privateer that applies a sloop to do said thing.
Correct.
Isn't that what we're doing?
The privateering aspect has one more thing, however, is that if a privateering vessel decides to take a ship back to the port of which they are privateers for, they can actually get a monetary value for that ship, which will then be converted and fit, which will then be given to them as a reward or a bounty. And again, they are paid captain, officers, crew.
Yeah.
So every ship is a business. However, there are many ship captains who have signed on to guilds or charters or companies, like, for instance, the House Tea Leaf companies, in order to guarantee a steady stream of income. And once they've made that arrangement and they're no longer private persons, it becomes the company, the captain, the officers, the crew. So Cell is pitching the idea that he wants to start a fleet and become the company, and then hire out or obligate captains who will then pay him a large portion of their monetary gain, and he will then distribute it to keep this company he's intending to create afloat. That's kind of the idea he's pitching to you right now, Niafta.
Hey, on Shark Tank!
You do know that this is a very effective tactic, and if he is from a mercantile family who had stuff to do with House Tea Leaf, that is how they apply their trade, and that is how they accumulated such wealth, is offering these companies, or being this company, and then hiring all these captains. So it's very in character for what he's telling you.
Based upon what you know about House Tea Leaf versus what I'm...
Based upon what you've been able to learn about him, all this is very in character for him.
It isn't like I'm trying to...
Okay.
I do want to point out, I'm not trying to cheat you out of anything. I want to apply the utmost respect to you because you clearly know.
Fucking bang!
Fine then.
I do want to make it clear that there will be an even share of everything we have, and if it isn't applied, then there will be force met upon my current bookkeeper, who's already named me captain, Xavier, and his brawn, Reeves, and then my brawn, Tessa, who's already, even though they're upset with me, has accepted that I already have a portion of it. And I haven't talked to quite Valor yet, but I feel like he is a soldier, and he will apply to the laws based upon what we have already pre-established of it being even. So it is there on you now that there is no ill will. It wasn't intended for anyone to tell you that I was hearkened upon your ship or anyone's ship applied by the previous constructs of the sea and yada yada yada. Legally is bullshit. everything that we have is currently going to be spread up about. No one owns anything yet. I would like it. I wanted to apply status as captain. I wanted to talk to people about how they felt about me as captain. Tessa took it a weird way and wanted to tell you that I wanted your ship.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, and that wasn't intentional, and I need to talk to... Sorry.
Yeah, that kind of felt kind of bossy. Like, you can still approach to us personally. It's not like you're gonna get dirty on anything.
It
You
was
talk to us.
more of a... I wanted to gauge how everyone felt about it before I implied these rules.
Apply.
And tried to gain and imply, not apply yet, to imply these rules to be able to apply consensus to afford to be able to apply these rules.
Mm-hmm.
Legally is bullshit.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're all listening and having a stroke listening.
See, this is why Tessa
I-
knows that Cell, because out of character, she is just like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
She won't stand for your bullshit. But other characters don't know you well enough yet, so that's perfect.
Oh gosh, I'm so zoned
Granted,
out.
Tessa approaches that
I
to
apologize.
everybody, but
So
This
No,
is
no,
this
I'm-
is
I'm
just
listening
me
to
saying
this.
this is me being as purposely truthful as I possibly can while applying my intent. And if anyone actually does understand the legalese bullshit, then they understand my intent and implications, and that's a form of sea shanty speak that is lawyerism.
that is true. Lawyerism is its own language.
I'm listening to this and my brain cells are committing Sudoku one by one.
Oh yeah, no, I've.
You
I've
mean
lost.
1 by 2 by 3 by 4?
Anyway, so as this conversation winds down, I'm sorry we are slightly pressed for time.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to communicate to you is, Niafta, I want what's best for you, and I want you to be a part of my crew. I think you do a great job, and I want to keep it that way.
We'll see. But
I
there
don't
are
want you to be
still
mad.
like a couple things that I would like to I'm
pour
going
another
to
drink.
agree with you on that split fair agree. But first of all, I want everybody else's confirmation. Second, I want to make an agreement with you. You stop talking different languages between your crew. That's fishy. Third, if you agree and you get my favor, I'm gonna get you as many people as possible into your crew. And it's gonna be beneficial for you.
What language would you prefer? Just me using common the entire time? There are other people who don't
yes,
understand
everybody-
common as well.
Everybody
There are-
deserves to know we're all part of the same crew.
Reeves
We're in the same boat.
understands Shanty.
We're in the same boat.
Understanding common
speaking-
and knowing how to use it is different.
Right.
I start speaking in Shanty speak. I'm like, do you understand this?
As a bard, she
I
would.
think it's just fair that we all since everybody else all of us
Reeves
we
understands.
should know everything.
Reeves
communication
understands
must flow
this.
equally.
I do.
Reeves
not there.
understands Shanty speak more than as I start speaking Shanty speak. Reeves understands this more than she understands as I start reverting back to common.
I don't
This.
speak Shanty.
Oh.
You do. You're a bard. You speak Shanty.
Do I? Because
Yes.
it's not on my list of languages. I checked.
Oh, well, it should be. I'm sorry. Make sure you add
Add
that.
it. Okay.
I'm sorry. I refuse to believe a bard in this particular setting doesn't speak Shanty.
Well, I have
It's-
other 4 languages though.
I mean,
That
fair,
makes
but
sense.
still.
Then maybe one gets cut.
Sorry.
And as a final condition, I would say Max deserves a better compensation. So we must do something for her to recover her crew and whatever gave her the moral to to retake her place as a captain
Holy
of
shit!
her own crew.
I literally start speaking Infernal just immediately, just like, holy shit, I don't agree more. There is like definitely something that I need to compensate her for, and if the crew doesn't agree with it, then it'll come out of mine. That is definitely something that I agree with. You cannot speak to anyone else about this, especially Tessa, because she will be upset. She's a lot more sensitive than you do believe her to be. She has very skewed versions of power, and that's the only reason why I ever speak differently is because I don't want her to see a version in which she is not on top, and I want her to feel on top as much as possible.
So anyway, we're planning to commit insurance fraud.
The more important thing is we are trying to and as shitty as it sounds, stiff arm Mags into such a position where she has to be a part of our fleet, where we get a position, but we also give her back her ship. We give her a ship. We sponsor it all because we have all the power here.
Well, I would like that.
I would like her to get as much of the crew as she possibly can. I would like her to get her head start, but I want us to get a compensation for it and hold a type of power over her compensation.
I'm just gonna say, I don't think she's, as a captain, going to take anything less than that. She's going to aim to be the captain of her own ship, as she has always been, as she was before we met her.
I agree. I cheers my full glass that I've already poured to her full glass that I've already poured.
So, it sounds like Niafta has agreed under her conditions. As this conversation winds down, that's where we'll leave it for next time.
So, Tessa, tell me, what do you truly desire?
She's a hard cat to please right now, and Cell said some of the wrong things, so
but
we'll
the
see
thing
how
is,
this all plays out.
I have guns and alcohol, and I have tricks up my sleeve, so you will talk.
Oh yeah, we can have a bit of girl talk.
We do have 25 minutes.
We don't.
No.
It's 6 to 9.
Oh.
That's why we need you guys to be on time. But
I came on time.
I know, and we got started pretty early too, aside from usual, which I'm very excited about. But anyway, our lovely audience does have to leave us too, I am sure. But anyway, guys, so that's where we'll pick up next time. I want to thank you all so much for watching. This was a very roleplay heavy episode. I'm very happy with everyone and how amazing they did. Some minor political intrigue among our crew, some disagreements, some characters being fleshed out more. I'm very excited to see where this goes and how this shapes.
Secrets being revealed.
Yep, secrets being revealed, and Niafta now is the only other person who knows that Cell is not actually a tiefling, and instead is someone who is cursed, which may ring a bell or two closer to her own things. We get to see
I know partly that he's been dead, so
we get to see Tessa's claws come out, both literally and figuratively.
Yeah, she it's cool to see Tessa actually be a leader in some ways, or at least be okay. Our friendships don't define us, people.
They do not, but they can cause definite problems. But anyway, guys and gals, I want to thank you so much for watching. I want to thank my fantastic cast of characters here. We have immediately to my left the lovely Laura playing Niafta, our lore bard tiefling.
As I said, I'm in much of a better mood now that I ate. So yeah.
I do apologize.
It is now canon that Niafta suffers from hanger.
Anger is a very common thing.
I mean, if I'm not in a very good mood, I'm in a terrible mood. So there's no in between.
Fair enough.
I feel that my girlfriend got it bad. Oh my god.
So to my immediate right is Mr. Emil playing Reeve, our Stormcloak Ranger, who is learning quickly there are many shades of red in the world.
And we about to commit stuff with money wise and numbers wise, and Reeve can't even count.
Yep.
It is canon.
He can't count to 4.
Directly under Laura is Mr. Whitehill playing Xavier, our
You can go ahead
gunslinger
and
for the
say it.
campaign.
You can go ahead and say it, my guy. You can go ahead and say it.
If you're sure, then
Yeah.
Xavier, our
cat's out of the bag.
arcane gunsmith.
Mm-hmm.
We then
I might. I have some tricks up my sleeve, and apparently I made Lucifer Morningstar with a gun. Fuck!
and an Australian accent instead of an English one.
Yeah.
I hope to impart as much Australian slang to you as possible.
Bloody hell.
Underneath Mr. Emil, we have Nikki playing Sel Bomba, our title sorcerer tiefling.
I'm sorry I applied so much legalese. I wanted to be as truthful as possible while still applying my
Not truthful.
Yeah,
I wanted to.
He wanted to be the merchant man. He always has been.
I'm just saying, Call of Cthulhu has a stat for that. It's literally called fast talk. There's 3 forms of persuasion, and that would have been it.
You are not
Yeah.
wrong.
That is the only application of talking that I've ever been able to apply in my life.
And
It was
then,
fast talk.
and then directly underneath me, we have, of course, the ever lovely Calicat playing Miss Tessa Wildcat Silvertail, who is our hot-blooded Tabaxi barbarian monk.
Barbonk. As
Just
well.
just those words are hilarious to me. Pardon me, Bolisao doesn't know what to do with me. I will ruin his ship, and then we will be equal. Till I ruin the next ship.
Oh no! If you're with me, drunk, in a powder magazine, there's a 75% chance this ship will blow up with
I
us
was
on
gonna
it.
say there's a
We're gonna have a
big
lot
chance
of
that you're all
fun
gonna
next
die.
session with that.
It is a good thing we are still shored.
I mean, we got a spare ship.
It's a good thing I know mending.
Yeah.
Mending can only get you so far, love.
Hey,
This is true.
Hey, but we got 2 people with mending. What about that, huh?
It can only get you so far.
I do get the second level.
Anyway, guys and gals,
Mending.
I have been your Masters of the Seas, Dr. John Wolfenstein. Thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure you check out Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting. It has 21 days left to go on Kickstarter. It has now earned a whopping $824,000 towards its goals, and its stretch goals are fantastic. It has almost 8,000 backers, so I mean that's pretty cool. I know I'm going to get it. I know that at some point it will be applied to sessions. I don't know if there'll be stream sessions or what. Also, one last time, I am now a professional D&D dungeon master. I will also DM any tabletop RPG really that I happen to know. It's just a matter of having the slots open. But I do have a couple of slots open Friday mornings, very early in the morning, I grant you, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're interested, go look on Roll20, and you can definitely find them if you look at that particular time slot for Friday morning. You can definitely find both my games. One is Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, because of course it is. How could I pass up playing in the Critical Role verse? Which it is so sad that campaign 2 is over, but you know what? There's going to be a campaign 3, I'm sure of it, and hopefully we'll get, the Legend of Vox Machina cartoon between now and then to tide us over.
Yeah.
Until
And
Matt
also,
Mercer
I
comes
have
up
a
with another
question.
brilliant campaign.
I also have a question. Who do you think is gonna be the goth?
Me.
So Liam O'Brien is
Except Taliesin. Except Taliesin.
So if Liam is in the campaign, I'm betting we're gonna get a third edgelord. Not that, I mind Liam O'Brien playing the edgelord because he does it perfectly. But
That's all he does, and he does it so well. And I
know
can't
he
argue.
has a type and he plays it perfect, and I can't fault him for that.
I mean, people have their types. Robert De Niro plays Robert De Niro.
Right?
Right.
And Johnny Depp
Like
plays
Vax
Johnny
always
Depp,
also
and Sean Connery is Sean
Sylvester
Connery.
Stallone plays
Plays
Sylvester
Sylvester
Stallone.
Stallone.
Cage.
It's like, again, sometimes you find the thing you're good at.
Right.
I
And you just
usually
do that
play
thing.
hearts, which is why Tessa's been so much fun.
But
Vex always plays the edgy character.
yep, Vex is our Liam O'Brien for this group, which is hilarious.
I
Am
do a
I?
mix of everything.
I honestly just can't wait to see what Laura Bailey comes up with, really, because she's always come up with fantastic characters. I love Vexalia. I loved Jester. I can't wait. I kind of am excited to see what Ashley comes up with. Ashley Johnson,
No,
because she played a
Jester
cleric.
really hit me in the soft spot.
She played a
Jester was
barbarian.
great. She played it.
Jester's the tiefling, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
the
the
trickery cleric.
tiefling trickery
If
cleric.
it's not obvious,
I'm imag-
I've never watched any of the Critical Roles.
Yeah, I'm
I mean, she
imagining
outtricks a hag
that.
with a muffin. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
just like that did
It's
it
a
to me.
freaking
That was
cupcake.
like,
That was
Or
one of the
cupcake.
best. That was one of the best moments in either campaign. Holy
and it's
shit!
by being friendly. It's by being
I
the
have
heart
sprinkled,
that she
I have
outtricks the
sprinkled the
party.
cupcake with the dust
That's
of deliciousness.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I can't wait to see what brilliant.
By the way, spoilers for Critical Role campaign too. By the way,
All I know is that the fan art's really, really good, and they're the one character that's Clay, I think is his name.
Caduceus Clay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Caduceus
Yeah.
Clay is the other cleric, and that is
I
played
just
by
have a
Taliesin.
really funny meme that's like Lilo and Stitch meme where he's just like, I believe these people are going to be amazing, and then instead of Stitch like running up, it's everyone in the group like gremlins coming out over the fence. That's what I have, and I'm like, that's valid.
But anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see where this party goes, and I can't wait to show you guys the high seas swashbuckling adventure that I have come up with. If you are a fan of piracy and pirate novels or movies or books, you will definitely get some references, see some amazing things. Also, for those of you who are anime fans, there are One Piece references all throughout this goddamn campaign. There
Fuck
can't
you.
not be. Hey, you shut up. Just because your opinion is wrong doesn't mean that you can actually make it on my show. Shush.
Mormons of animes. Mormons of animes. You heard about our good Lord and Savior One Piece?
Yes.
I don't want to watch
Our
One
good
Piece.
Lord
We
and
will
I
see
Savior
you.
One
haven't
Piece.
yet either.
But
we will see
Isn't
you.
that the only pirate-related one?
it's not the only one. Bodacious Space Pirates is another one, but it is the best. Also, it's one of the longest running anime in history.
It's
I
so
would say
long
the
running
mainstream
that.
one.
Oh,
Sorry.
Hello?
FBI, open up!
Yeah, I was going to say, who was that?
That was me banging on my own table. I'm
And-
sorry.
That
I
got
didn't
me
mean for you guys to
scared.
hear it.
but with One Piece, if you throw enough mud at the wall, you'll eventually find an episode you'll have some fun with.
Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time on the Seas of Vodari. See ya.
Bye.
Deuces.